There we are. Hello, hello, everybody. Pop culture curator here with my good friend Gorilla's Random Thoughts. How you doing, Gorilla?
Dude.
All right. It looks like I
I
still have my Gilligan's Island boat at the top of the screen, huh?
yeah, I have to go buy my kid a treat now. He
Well,
saved
oh, well,
some. He saved
go ahead.
someone's life tonight, so I have to go buy him a treat.
He saved your life.
No, saved some guy fell, got his pants stuck and all that, and Owen went and helped him. I mean, the guy was calling out for help,
Oh,
and
your
this
son went and saved him.
yeah, and it's freezing cold out right now, so if no one heard him, that guy would have been SOL for what
Oh no,
there.
that's very, very cool. So tell me about it. What happened?
I don't know. The guy fell off the ladder, got his pants stuck, and he was on the ground with his pants stuck. And Owen went and helped him apparently.
Oh, I guess he was like probably hanging up Christmas lights or something.
Yeah, either that, cleaning the gutter because he's
Oh
lazy
well.
like me. He does the stuff late last minute.
Oh yeah, same here. I do the same thing. And that's great for your son. I'm very proud of him.
Yeah,
I guess I should. I need to come up with a different logo at the top there instead of the Enterprise or for Gilligan. I'll have to come up for my. This is. Oh yeah. Duh. I need to address the people out there in YouTube land. Hello, everybody. Pop culture curator here, back with another episode of Rumblings from the lab. I know I haven't had a lot of them. I don't usually have a lot of topics to talk about, and I don't want to come on and just have dead air with nothing to speak about. So I'm here with my good friend Gorilla's Random Thoughts. And it looks like we already have Lemon Pie in the chat. Welcome, Lemon Pie. So good to see you. I'm going to put a link to the panel for anybody if they'd like to come up and join us. Do that right now. So good to see
yeah.
you,
You
Lemon
just
Pie.
cut out. You just cut out right
I
now.
just
I don't know if you
exactly as
moved.
soon as I start yeah, that's just it. As soon as I start moving, even though I'm not physically moving any wires, when I start moving, somehow it affects it. I don't know why.
The you might have like a bent wire or something in there, like it's starting to fray or something.
No, it's USB. It's just a USB adapter. I don't know if it's loose or what, but I'm gonna. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. I guess I mean, if I maybe strap my arms down and just try not to move and stand here like a tree, then it'll be fine. But that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, so I load everybody in the chat ahead of time. I did put a link in the panel for anybody if they would like to join us, or for anybody on the rerun. I hope you enjoy the show. If you do, please like and subscribe. And welcome, Blocksword, in the chat. So good to see you. Hail notification get a perfect. I'm glad the notifications are going out. I know sometimes people have trouble with that. So already we got Lemon Pie and Ploxerd. And I think I just may. I don't know if Captain Finity is available. But I'm going to go ahead and send him an invite. He always sends me invites, so I'd like to return the favor if he's not busy. I know he's a busy man. And Jill is also a busy person. I don't know if she's busy right now. Hopefully, she has her things set on notifications. But Gorilla's Random Thoughts son is a hero who saved somebody's life today. So, okay, Gorilla. So tell us. Okay, so the guy was hanging something on his roof and he fell off the ladder. Is that right?
Bunch of the only details I got because I wasn't even there. I just got the phone call saying I had to go buy him a treat.
That is so cool, though. I'm so proud of your. How old is your son?
8.
Very, very cool. And Lemon Pie says, "Howdy, good to see you, Lemon Pie." And Plockster says, "Hail, notification get." And Lemon Pie says, "I did get the notification as well." I'm so glad to hear that. Skogly, welcome. Good to see you all. And Skogly says, "Lemon," and Lemon says, "Skogly." Okay, so what kind of treat you have in mind for your son? What are you thinking? What's
I don't
good
know.
for a hero?
He's been begging me to get him some Pokemon toys. I've been telling him that like I learned the trick there when he asked for something. Oh, let's just can we wait till like next Monday to get it there? Then by next Monday he forgets about it. So I'll actually get him it this time.
You're lucky he doesn't make a list and then you hand you the list with like 100 items on it all at once, right?
Well, then that'd be a definite no. He always goes straight to the same aisle every time we go to the store.
Uh,
I'm like, I'm glad when he says, "No, I don't want to go to the store. When I have to go get like say a pop or have to go get something for. I forgot to go get like sour cream or something for supper, because it's only like a
Right.
block and a half away. I can quickly run there and back.
Right.
He's not gonna burn the house down in 2 minutes.
No, that's good. I'm glad he's capable. And he sounds very capable, especially if he helps somebody out today.
Yeah.
And then Mafai says, me got notification, did me did. And Blockford says, tis the season for lists. Yes, it is, absolutely, especially with Christmas coming up.
Ugh.
And okay, so what I'm going to do here, let's see if I kept this up or not. I had the YouTube. Let me open up my YouTube studio. I'm going to show you this thing from yesterday's stream. And why it doesn't make any sense. I'm confused. And this is also, you'll see where I was talking about, where I noticed that my mic is crap. And I feel bad for anybody who's been listening to my live streams. You guys have been very patient. But next time, if I'm having trouble with my mic, if it's popping, going in and out, or any kind of problems, please let me know. Because I'm definitely willing to try to correct the problem.
All right, we'll do.
Okay, so I'm here. There we go. Content. Bear with me here. I'm looking for the content that I want to show you. And then I'm going to share my screen. All right, here it is. Okay. Now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to. And by the way, you guys, if you're out there in the chat, feel free to join the panel if you'd like. This is an open topic, so we're here to talk about pretty much anything that you guys feel like talking about.
Oh, he's at Floxord, or however he says that. He's asking what
Floxer.
kind of mic you have.
It's a lapel mic that I bought. Let me see if I move it, the little labels, and see it. I hope it doesn't cut out. Fifine, F-I-F-I.
Nope, he did cut out. You there, Pop Culture? I'd jump on if I wasn't at work for another hour. I shall decline open mic. Thank you for the offer. Yeah, but Floxard, he said it's a USB one. So I'm guessing it's a Bluetooth to the USB thing. I have like my wireless mouse here. So, oh, do we completely lose him? And did we say hi to Skolji Jolton there? If not, hey there, Jolty. Or Skolty Jolton. Let's see. So yeah, well, Pop's working on that. Yeah, I have been working on reading the chats there. Um, yeah, because they're wireless interference. Let's see, this will make it bigger for me. Uh, wireless interference from gremlins or extraneous signals. It could be. Oh, Skogli. Skogli. Okay. I'll remember that. Yeah, I kind of hate how the I can change pronunciations there. Yep. Oh, oh.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey there. Now you're working again.
See, all I did was just turn the plug over, and the
Yeah.
whole mic cut out. That is the problem. It's this crappy. It's got to be this horrible mic that I have. That's got to be it.
Uh,
So I
may,
appreciate you guys. Sorry
yeah.
for the.
Maybe look into like the one I got here. Then it could sit right on your laptop there where you're at.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm definitely going to do. So I'm going to order that tonight. I appreciate it, and thank you for your patience.
Yeah. This was $34 at Walmart, but that was also 2 years ago.
Well, I usually shop at Amazon because Walmart has lines, like I told you, that last 3 hours just to get out of the door. So, and not only that, all the WalMarts where I live, every time you go looking for something, like you were mentioning sour cream earlier, if I said, "Oh, I need some sour cream," and I go to Walmart, guarantee you they're going to be out of it. Walmart here is empty shelves. They don't seem to bother stocking them. I don't know how they stay in business if they're not selling anything. So who
I
knows,
think
right?
that's more of a California thing than a Walmart thing, or is it only
Possibly.
Walmart over? Because I like we got a few stuff here and there that's gone on the shelves, but overall it's not too bad for missing stuff. And I
Yeah.
got the dollar store right down the block and a half for me, so
Well, I do have a Dollar Tree right next to our Walmart.
yeah. But
All right,
yeah,
let me
I
move
don't
my
think
StreamYard.
Best Buy would
Okay, can
probably
you
be
see
a little
my Gilligan?
expensive.
It is, and
Let
then
me.
here's yeah, it is. Can
Yeah, I
you see
bet you.
the window?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Skoglee said, "I got both my webcams and I have a stereo room mics, all from Amazon, super cheap and they work great." Maybe
Oh yeah,
Skoglee, if you got Twitter there, send him the info. Maybe it might be something to look into.
yeah, sure. Send me the link and I put the link in the chat. And I'm reading what Ploxer says: wireless interference from gremlins or extraneous signals. It's not wireless. I originally, when I first started YouTubing, I was trying a Bluetooth wireless mic, and I immediately found out that didn't work. So everything is plugged in. It's a USB mic.
No.
But what's interesting is when I can just move my hand over the interface, the USB interface, and it starts dogging out. Or if my dog's even walked near it, it starts dropping. So it does get interference from my body for some reason, and that I don't understand. Okay, so you can see my my Gilligan's Island streams, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna open this. This should be the one that we had from last night. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want to play it. Hold on, back.
You're in the
Of
studio,
course, now I
right?
forgot what I was doing. I'm going to stop sharing until I can find. Yes,
Are you
you
in
got
the
to be a regular
studio?
YouTube.
No, you gotta be in the studio.
This is the studio. Yes, I'm in the
Okay,
studio.
then it should say under
I was in here just
dashboard
a little
there.
while ago.
Here, if you go back to the screen there, I'll get. I can show you where to look for it there. I gotta be able to see the screen.
Hold on just a second here.
Uh,
All right, I'll
Why?
share
Why
this
is
screen
that?
here.
Yeah. Why is that flax sword that you have to accept all interference? This here is a sick mic for real cheap. We'll probably have to switch to USA state as I'm from Canada. Okay, let me get this full screen here. Okay, you're in the dashboard.
Video analytics.
Click. Yeah, on the video you said you got copyright from.
Well, it's this one right here that I'm pointing at that you can see right here. So do I go to video analytics or it says go to video analytics?
Yeah, or
All right, let's do that.
hit content or
Oh, no, that wasn't it.
hit content to go back.
All right, I'm gonna hit back. Thank you for your patience, everybody.
Oh, what's that copyright thing? Go down. No, over underneath your signature there's a thing that said copyright underneath. If you scroll down, go, go up right there. What's that?
Nothing to
Nothing
see yet.
removal. All right, so you need to go to content.
All right. Yeah, this is where I was before when I was trying to show you. Um. All right. Let me go to live. Here we go. Here we'll find it. All right. And here's one from last night. See right here, copyright claim. You see that? And I want to
Yeah,
hit quick
click.
CD details. Now watch this.
All right, guys, this is how you fight a copyright claim. So nothing's
Now it's
affected.
gonna, it's loading up. It's gonna show me exactly the part that I'm talking about.
Oh, shoot.
Wow, this thing is totally taking forever.
Yeah,
What's
that
the matter?
happens. Nothing. All right, you cut out for a second. Here, can you scroll down?
So before,
Here, can you scroll down your copyright claim?
before it showed the. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, look down here. There it is. There's the video. Now down here it says Gilligan's Island, 1964 reference, and it says content found during between 2 hours and 28 minutes and 2 hours and 29 minutes. You see that part there?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
So
play the
it
part that got the
claimed 30 seconds.
30 seconds only, and it's not the 30 seconds. I thought it would be from when I played the clip from like the movie, from Jim Backus or that commercial. But no, let me play the part, and you can tell me how crazy this is. And he says, "There's nothing on the island to dissolve it. Do you know what it would take?" says Mr. Howell. And Mr. Howell, the professor says, "It would take a polymer derivative of an organic." And he says, "Watch your language," says Mr. Howell, in the presence of a lady. And Professor says, "Forgive me, but let me put it this way. In order to dissolve that glue, I need an aromatic acetate," he says. And he says something like perfume. "Wait a minute. Yes, perfume," he says. "Gasps, I have perfume, Professor," says Mrs. Howell. That was it, Gorilla.
All right, go back into that your copyright claim thing here.
All right, just a second. Okay, here
All
we
right,
are.
let's fight. We'll fight that. There, hit those three dots there and there.
Dispute.
Yeah, scroll down. This all bull.
My dispute isn't based on any of the reasons above.
Yeah,
Continue. Select the main reason you're disputing this claim.
fair use.
It doesn't say it. It just says original content, license,
Copy.
copyright. Oh, I see. Fair use. Got it. And then continue.
Yep.
And then click right here where it says I believe my video is protected for fair use.
Yeah. Who do you know who copyright struck it?
No. Does it usually tell you?
Yeah, it usually tells you. Usually they'll say like Warner Bros. Or CBS.
Let's see
All
here.
right.
Type of
Type
reuse.
a review.
All right. It doesn't have it has promotional video remix or master of reaction video, you mean, right?
Yeah, you can scroll down though. There's more.
Review like that.
Review. Yep. Tell them we're reviewing. Tell them we're reviewing the.
This is only a review. I am not hope I'm wording it right. Viewing the video.
Itself.
Yeah, but I am reviewing the video. I'm trying to figure out how to word where it's not playing that I'm only showing stills. I'm not I'm viewing the video
Well, I take out. I'm
in
not viewing.
full,
Yeah.
only
Um.
slides
Slides.
of
And what?
parts. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll let you finish the sentence here.
Go ahead.
Okay, the put we're the part that got claimed, we were discussing the part that we found extremely funny there by talking about how with the perfume.
I didn't even mention a brand name for that perfume.
Yeah, and also put if it also at the end there go with this review there, it'll help people. It'll get people more interested in the show. You gotta butter them up a little bit.
There. How about that? With this review, I'm hoping to garner interest in this show. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
Submit. My
Oh,
video does not infringe anyone's copyright. I understand that the claimant will be able to review my dispute. Yes. I understand that filing fraudulent disputes. Yes. Signature required.
then you just type in your name.
Which I just put on YouTube and everybody saw, but oh well. Close. Now that's not the only one. The other I had one from a few weeks ago, which I'll do that tomorrow. But I just
Oh,
wanted to
you
show
gotta get
you.
it. Oh, you got. Well, we could do that one off air, but it's best to get these out of the way as fast as you can. If you get hit with them, get them done as fast as you can, because like they got 30 days to review it there before it
Right.
automatically drop off. CBS is a real dick about it, but there's like Warner Brothers will drop it off like right away usually, but it's
Well,
usually best to.
it's here. It's the inspiration video. It's the one, our first video. That remember I told you it got flagged,
We
and
disputed
when I
that one.
well no
We,
when I went to dispute it and when I went to show LDG, then it showed there was no claim on it. So now they put it back on again.
Okay, dispute. You'll have to dispute them both there separately. Just pretty much put the same thing. Pretty much put like the same thing I put there, or that we put on the
I
other
should have
one.
copied and pasted now that I think about it, but I'll do this after our stream.
Yeah.
Right. I'll do this after we. Right. I don't want you to have to go through all that. And people out there watching this stream right now, I don't want to bore them to death. But thank you. I appreciate it. But isn't that crazy for that part to be stricken?
Yeah. What?
Isn't it? Don't you think it's kind of crazy that that's the part that they struck was just about the professor describing about the polyacetate or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're reading it just too much like them. But Floxard said roughly 40 seconds of offense reported by that screen. Yeah. Was an audio offense or video? It was a still image there that they were clicking through. Maybe it clicked them too fast. It's
Feel free to feel free to highlight this on the panel if you're reading it.
yeah, absurd. Let's see. Click for exceptional. W video in whole. Piecemeal only.
Yeah, that's why I put slides.
Strike might have been triggered by a complete scene or near complete follow through of a show joke. Okay.
Maybe the joke.
Who owns it?
I think it's CBS.
Oh,
So
if you hit
whoever owns CBS.
yeah, if you hit the copyright claim, it'll tell you who owns it. If you click that again,
All right.
it'll tell you who's. No, that's a different one.
Right, let me go back to the first one. There we go. Okay, this is the one we just worked on. Dispute under where does it show you at?
It should tell you who owns it or who filed it against you.
When I first got that dispute on our first stream of the review, it said that Warner Brothers, so that made sense, but now it doesn't show anything.
So it must be Warner. It's got to be Warner. Let's see.
Well, no, remember the warning last time was on those two movies, which is owned by Warner Brothers. That doesn't mean that Warner Brothers owns Gilligan's Island, because now we got the the claim on
Yeah,
Gilligan's Island itself.
I'm googling it.
But I wonder why it's not showing me who. I mean, it does say no impact on my channel. I guess it is not affected. It's still public,
Yeah,
but I still don't like it on there.
let's see.
Hopefully, it's not too late to dispute the other claim.
Uh,
I wonder if I could open it up. Remove claim content.
that that's
No, I don't want to remove
that,
anything else.
that's kind of they're gonna let the clock run out. They're not even gonna bother fixing it. They're gonna let the 30 days run out on you because they're dicks.
So,
CBS.
yeah, because that's who I know that they've always owned Gilligan's Island, so they probably are.
Yeah,
Flocksort
but
says, I'm not bored learning what goes on behind the screen. This is a random subject stream. No worries. Yes, it is random. Sorry
yeah,
about that.
and there you go, Floxart. I'm not sure if you're a content producer, but that's how you fight them. That's what Bert told me, and the wish for the best. But CBS, I'm a flat out say it. They're a bunch of dicks when it comes to this. They're not gonna. You're not making any money on it. You did the review. They're not gonna they're not gonna sit there and fight that there. So they're just gonna let the clock run out on the 30 days. So I won't even worry about it after that. You disputed it the best you could.
Yeah, exactly. And Scogli says it usually is. And then Scogli says, check that info box on the top right. Well, let me take a look at that. Info box on the top right. Maybe this one. It says send
No, that's
feedback.
a yeah,
See?
that's a send feedback. Oh yeah, I suppose you can send
You
the
see an info
feedback that
box?
CBS is a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, I was just looking to see. Let me see if I'm checked. I know I've checked this already. Yeah, it's not
wait,
an info.
wait,
It's
wait,
just every. Go ahead.
wait. If you click that again, I thought what's that three dots again?
Trim out segment, replace song, and mute song. Song? It's got to be assuming that it's a song. Because it's not my background. My background stuff is all Creative Commons.
No, I think that's just I think that's a default thing
Me
because
too. Because it's yeah.
I'm guessing that probably 70% of the stuff that gets claimed is music.
Yeah, they're probably used to so many people doing those karaoke channels.
Yeah.
Block says produced by Sherwood Schwartz and originally produced by United Artists Television. Who owns these properties now? Well,
It's
I could look.
CBS.
Yeah, I
I
think it's
just looked it up.
CBS,
It's CBS.
which means Paramount, right? Paramount or CBS, one of them owns the other.
Yeah.
And Scogli says thought it was worth a shot. Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate that, Scogli. Yeah, it's always worth a try. And that's why I like to take advice from other people. A lot of people know this more than I do. I'm still relatively new when it comes to the streaming.
Well, I got my advice for that for putting stuff like that, especially that little butter me up at the end there,
Yeah.
from Bird of Prey 5.
All right, gotcha. I don't know if it's an actual person that reads it or just an AI, but I guess
Oh,
there's one way to find
uh,
out.
well, with CBS, it's a bot that struck it, but CBS I think has a manual review, or they just don't bother looking at it. Like their bots will claim it,
Gotcha.
hoping people will take their stuff down, or they let or they'll just let it expire.
Well, hopefully that'll
Because
happen.
everybody I've talked to about that's gotten hit with copyright claims from yes, Fox Air, CB. You gotta remember all this stuff, especially back in the '60s, started out by independent producers and all that. Then gradually, like your CBS and NBC and Fox and Disney bought it all up.
Of course. And
That's not
audiophiles
considered
have
a
fingerprints that bots love to trip over, says Floxert. And yes, you are correct about that. Apple's really big on that. Yes, and Floxert says CBS owns these properties. Yes. But the question is who owns CBS? I think it's Paramount, right? Paramount Plus? Because they do Star
Paramount.
Trek and all that garbage.
Yeah, I think Univision's part of it too, ain't it?
It may be. And did I close my other window? I had another window I wanted to show you too that I wanted to share with you while we're at it. Because and that, by the way, I appreciate you helping me.
Yeah, not a problem. I'll help anybody.
So, all right. Yes, I know you're a very good guy.
And it's good that we have this community where we can all help each other with the stupid shit. You know, I
It
learned
is
my shit
stupid.
from different people and all that. You know, I can understand if someone directly puts up a scene directly of the show, you know, and not say anything. It's just a scene from the show. But but uh but you know, us talking about and reviewing and all that, that should not get struck by the bots.
Exactly right. Like I said, I was only showing still images too, not even any audio. I was just reading the subtitles. But I wanted to show you this. You were asking me last night during our stream,
Okay.
and and I think that might be very helpful for your stream. What do you think?
I'll have to look for. I'll have to look for it here. I might have to wait till next Monday.
What happens on Mondays?
Payday.
Oh, once a week. Oh, okay, well that's cool. No, that's
Yeah.
understandable. Yeah, I don't have to talk about this on air. But you are my
Yeah.
co-host for You are my co-host for Gilligan's Island. So if you need me to cover getting you the book, I don't mind. I can have it sent to you.
No, no. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
But you can see
Uh.
it's a good price. Uh,
Yeah.
it's 11.49 for the paperback, and if I scroll down, according to the reviews here, for Walton fans only. But look at that, great reviews, beautiful book. They're saying it's got a lot of pictures, behind the scenes references, and it's written
Yeah.
by Earl Hamner Jr., the same guy who based it on his family and wrote the
Yeah.
Waltons.
Yeah. But don't even worry about it there. It's about that there. I'm also trying to keep my reviews also kind of short too. You know, because Thursdays can get to be a busy day too. And then plus, I'm trying to find that sweet spot for people looking at reviews. You know, I want like a detailed review, but I don't want to sit there and do a 4 hour stream going through all the background stuff too on one episode. Because some people I'm trying to find that sweet spot where people will like it.
Well, no, I just here we go. And Scogli says Paramount Global owns CBS. Yeah, that which totally makes sense. Ploxor in the chat says Paramount Global is parent organization for CBS, Paramount, Paramount Plus, Pluto. Yes, yeah, it's Paramount. But no, I totally agree. And and I was thinking that too. That I think maybe we need to trim down my Gilligan's Island streams. I think they're a bit too long.
Do okay. Let's do one episode a day or a week.
Do it like that.
Yeah, because we
Yeah,
can
because
do one episode in about an hour if
right
we don't
because
need to.
well, it takes about an hour and a half. We've been doing it unless we hurry up because they've been on average about 3 hours, which is for 2 episodes that would be an hour and a half for one. Or
Well,
unless
it
I
depends on how much we get sidetracked.
that's the problem. I know, right? I was going to say how much we get sidetracked, or how much if I don't waste time on all the background stuff. I don't know, but people
No, no,
seem to
do
like the
do the
background
ba-
stuff.
do the background stuff. That's good. That makes it stand out from other people who just look at the show. There you
That's what
can
I'm
sit,
hoping.
and since you already got the book, might as well do the background stuff. But we I think an hour and a half would be good for approximately.
Yeah, because usually when I do the background stuff at the beginning, I usually try not to take more than 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
that's not a
So
lot.
so yeah, let's keep the background stuff because I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah, it is nice because, like you said, most videos they just watch it and say whether they like it or not, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
There's these two YouTubers. I mean, they have a great channel. I can't remember. I even watch some of their reviews sometimes, but it's these two younger guys that are watching TOS for the first time, and but their reviews are like 20 minutes long for each Star Trek episode, and it's just literally them going through. It's like a reaction and them laughing, and then, oh, that was cool, and then, oh, yeah, I like that. I can't wait till next week. And that's okay, but that gets old after a while. So that's why I usually try to put background stuff in there because it kind of spices it up. And if people start learning some new stuff from these, maybe it'll bring them back for next week, right?
Yeah, maybe. It's hard. Sometimes it can be hard to tell. tell what people that enjoy and all that, because all that, especially when the people are just doing. There's a bunch of people who just do clickers and stuff too, where they're which there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I'd like to be a little more informational. Bloxer in the chat says curating pop culture is much more than mindless media consumption. It is good to know background and behind the scenes information. Thank you, Bloxer. Thank you. And I enjoy it too. I mean, especially like me personally, I already know so much about Gilligan's Island. I would feel horrible just going through the episodes and not mentioning anything, knowing so much about it. I would feel like I'd be letting people down. So it's basically because I love the show that much, and I'd like to be able to share what information I know because I've loved it since I was a kid, obviously, and I've learned so much about it over the years. In fact, I wanted to share something else with you, Gorilla. Here's what something else I'm going to have coming up for the Gilligan's Island stream. Is I know at the beginning I just spend a few minutes on some behind the scenes information of what's going on, or the series. But what I'm going to cover is each week what I'll do is I'll do a biography of each of the characters of the actors. So for example, like one week I will do Bob. I'll do a quick before the episodes start. I'll do a quick history of Bob Denver, show a little bit of background information on him, clips of what he's done, and some pictures, and his life after Gilligan's Island. And then maybe the next week I'll do Alan Hale Jr., kind of like that, or I'll spread it out. I'll maybe do one biography every 3 or 4 episodes, something like that. What do you think?
Oh, that sounds actually a pretty neat idea.
Yeah, because that way we get to know. Because I also not only do I like the show and the characters on the show, but I like the people that played them so much. I like the history of the actors who played in the show, and there may not be as much history on each and every one of them. Some of them have a lot more history. Like obviously Jim Backus probably has the most history out of all of them. He's got a wide background. He did a lot of stuff, and like Marianne. Dawn Wells, very little. She has very little that I could share, but I can do the best that I can. But I think it'll be nice. Do like a little mini bio, I guess you could say. It won't be a full bio like this. It won't be like the biography channel where I'm going to spend a half hour talking about them. It'll just be a quick little mini bio, sharing some of their background stuff before the episodes start. And I'll probably do that in a few weeks. And I'll start with Bob Denver because he's the star of the show, the main star, that is. And Blockster in the chat says, I second the motion of breaking each actor and character per episode of pop culture. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blockster. I want to try to keep it interesting because, like Gorilla said, us just watching the episodes, or excuse me, what do they need us for? I mean, if we're just going to watch the episodes, they can do that on their own, right?
Well, me and Jerm will talk about the different stuff there. Then we'll kind of discuss some of the stuff we liked or some of the stuff we changed and stuff. Then we'll do different. We'll ask like different questions and stuff like that. And that
Yeah, well, yeah, you always start somewhere. That's what I did too. Is that you start out kind of small and you add more stuff as you come up with more ideas. But I think that book right there, between the two of us, we will get that book in your hands. I promise.
yeah
But I think that'll help. That'll give you little ideas, and it'll give you something to share there at the beginning of your episodes
yeah. I'll
instead of
look
just.
at I'll look at it. I'll look into it here tomorrow when I got time.
Do you remember when I told you that for Gilligan's Island? Remember I told you that there's a book written by Don Wills called Marianne's Cookbook. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, when I was looking for the Waltons book, there's also a Mary Helen's Cookbook or the Waltons Family Cookbook, something like that.
Okay.
And I will do that. I'm going to order. In fact, I was so busy the last couple of days and yesterday that I didn't get a chance because I forgot about it. But I will. I'm going to get around to ordering Marianne's Cookbook. The copies. I feel bad because right before she passed away, she was selling autographed versions on Facebook, and I should have ordered one when I had the chance.
Yeah.
But they still have a few copies on Amazon, and I'm gonna also get Jim Backus's book where he wrote with his memories of the island, and I'm also going to grab Russell Johnson, the professor, the book that he wrote.
Yeah. Hey, can I show you something that we've been working on in Minecraft?
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Uh, yeah, I came up with an idea for our new bridge here. Here, here. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna be putting a sign up here and saying that all heads were donated by Gorilla. May as many deaths be not be in vain. Then here a lot. This is all the heads I've collected throughout my time playing here. I'm lighting the whole bridge with all these different mob heads that I've collected.
That's funny. That kind of reminds me of the Gilligan's Island we were talking about yesterday, where Mrs. Howell said that Mr. Howell kept the heads in his study at home.
Yeah. So no,
Now,
but
do you make those heads, or how do you get them? How do you collect them?
all right. So when you kill like the mob, like this is a zombie head here. When you kill a zombie, there you get a 10% chance of collecting the head of the zombie. This is a drowned zombie head. This is a this one here is a magnum block head. Creeper. That's a chicken head. Skeleton. A slime block. An Enderman. That's a silverfish. But every time you kill them, you get like a 10% chance of getting them. Oh, I got a witch head. And
Well, that's
we
cool.
well, no. This bridge goes on for a while here. I got a lot of them, and it's like so when we were showing this the other day on a different stream there, Thomas was like, "Holy crap! You went on a murder spree. How many damn heads you got?" I mean, this is only half of them. This is only half the heads I put. Ugh.
One of these days, I might get into that game if I can get a computer that's worthy of it.
Yeah. No, but this was
And Flock, go
yeah,
ahead.
this is only half the heads I've collected throughout the game because I was waiting for Jason to put on a bounty thing so I could get money per head there. So, but he hasn't done that yet. So I said, screw it, I'll donate it to the the bridge project there. Then we're gonna put the banners up on the skull arches or tunnel.
Oh, very cool.
Because every time if you go back here, because because every time you kill the pillager chief, you get one of these too. So we're gonna make like a tunnel or an archway and hang all 30 of them I got
Nice.
on that.
And Ploxer in the chat says many reaction videos are nothing more than passive viewing of media properties. I expect knowledge and understanding of these properties from this channel. Well, thank you, Ploxer, and I hope to continue coming up with new information instead of the same old stuff over and over. And Scogli says exactly, and Ploxer says those heads were donated by Pilates. I think he means the what do you call that workout stuff? Well,
Well, they're
I got a
donated by Gorilla. No,
donated by Gorilla.
yeah, I donate. I'm the one that collected them. I'm donating them to the bridge. We're gonna line both sides. I'm gonna line both sides of it with the heads there. I've been going kind of like on a killing spree of different mobs where I know where the mobs like to hang out. I gotta get more
Mo- now you say mob MOB or mod MOD?
mob.
Now when it's mobs, are they AIs? Are they real people or what?
AIs.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I guess they're called NFTs or something like that.
Non-function.
Like non-functional something where they're just right. They're just bots, pretty much. Like that movie
Yeah.
Free Guy. Have you seen the movie Free Guy?
No.
It's not bad. I'm not a big fan of Ryan. I think his name is Ryan Reynolds, but it was a pretty good movie. I saw it at the drive-in last summer.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds. He's pretty decent there.
I never liked his movies until he did Deadpool. So once I saw Deadpool, I was like, okay, then okay, I can handle that. but it was he had like a smug attitude. I didn't like that Green Lantern he was in. Ugh, I hated that movie.
I defended it.
Oh, you defended it. Okay, now tell me in a nutshell what's good about it. What's the reason for defending it?
Ah, nice graphics. I had a few humorous moments there. The story wasn't too badly written, you know. I kind of ignored the acting thing.
Well, the acting was a big deal, but it was the writing. It was written horribly. Yeah, it had some good special effects, but I used to read the Green Lantern when I was a kid, and they didn't really
And
do the character justice.
and
Hail,
and
hail, Captain! Good to see you, sir.
and
Welcome.
well, part of the thing I said too is I didn't know any of the background of Green Lantern, so my perspective is not based on anything I've ever seen before. This is my first introduction to Green Lantern.
That's usually what happens. If it's people they don't know, then it makes it easier to enjoy the movie.
Yeah, and see, I used my get out of jail card on Frozen there.
A
But
Disney movie.
yeah,
Oh,
I used my get out of jail card on that one. I
and what
didn't
does
even
that
bother.
mean?
When that one got suggested to me, I just made a short that said this movie is a great movie that distract your kids while you and your partner go off to the bedroom for some alone time.
Right. I tell you, there's no way you're gonna get me to watch that crap. And Ploxer in the chat says, my misunderstanding. Did not know heads were in the tundra biome. And Ploxer says, hail Captain Finity. And Ploxer says, Ryan Reynolds is owner or CEO of Mint Mobile. His ads tell me so. Yeah, they flood my what is it, my YouTube or Twitter or something, and I'm sick of it.
Oh, I'd rather see
And
that.
Scully says Infinity. Scully says Infinity. What's that?
Well, I can think of a few different commercials that could constantly play that you'd be begging for the mobile ones.
No, like for example, like Hulu and Disney,
No,
Hello
no,
Fresh, Amazon Basics, all that garbage. Ugh.
no. There's a insurance company or a bank that they talk like they're in Jersey and that they don't even pronounce the words right. It's annoying as fuck.
Well, I know
They're the
the ads are regional, so that you might be seeing different ads than I am.
no. Well, I don't have preferences set on it, so
On
I get
YouTube, can you change the ad purposes on YouTube? I mean, all I do is I tell them, stop showing this ad, and they show it again anyway. But
well, you can say your preference to not target you with certain stuff. So like I got one it's like it's a default bank one there, but
yeah,
but it they're in a diner and they're talking and they're talking like they're from freaking Jersey there, and it's like that automatically makes her want to not see their stuff. Like I even made a short there as dear the advertisers on YouTube. If your video is longer than or if your ad's longer than the video I'm watching, I ain't buying your shit. I don't need a 5 minute video telling me that the soap I use is shit. I don't need a 10 minute video on a ball trimmer. I don't need a 20-minute video on a medication for whatever.
yes.
I
Honestly,
just need a
I wish there was a way to target or to change it because if they want to show ads, at least show stuff that pertains to me. But I get a lot of ads for female stuff, and it's just it seems like it's a waste for the
oh
ad companies.
That's because you turned off your targeted ad. Like there's a thing in there. I can't. It's like where they analyze your what you're interested in, what you watch, and then they'll have targeted ads for that stuff. But
Uh,
otherwise, you get the basic the basic package for ads.
well, I'm going to go in and take a look at it because I'm tired of it. It's definitely not pleasing. And Captain Finity says Skogly, and Ploxord in the chat says the ads are successful. I remember them. I am certain as to the sincerity of any adverts. Yes, got to trust the adverts. And Lemon Pie says Captain with a top hat, I believe. But if they would at least show ads of stuff that the thing is me, I'm okay. I'm what they call the boomer generation, so I'm not a target ad for anybody. Nobody wants to try to sell to me anymore. Especially Disney and Paramount, Star Wars, and Marvel. They don't care about us anymore. But I get stuff for like women's shoes and women's nylons. It's like what it just seems like the ad companies are spending a lot of money to show their ads to people that aren't even interested. It just seems like a waste.
Well, that's because you have targeted ads. The targeted ads thing. I can't remember what it's called, but if you turn that on, then it'll sit there and analyze all your phone data to figure out what stuff to target. But like for example, tonight we were talking about mics. If you go on Facebook right now, you're probably going to see ads for mics up the wazoo.
Of
But
course, yeah, exactly, right. And YouTube.
Yeah, but
And
if your targeted ads were on, like you'll see like in a lot of your videos, you're bitching about your mic, so they'll start using like ads for like mics and stuff there. But if but if you don't have that on, then it's just okay. Play whatever ad. Oh, we haven't used this ad for a person in a while. Play this one.
well, I thought I did go back at one point. I thought I went in there and tried to customize it, but it probably didn't work. And Plox in the chat says I'm particularly been over hour-long ads for products I've been willing to consider purchasing. You know what? That's why I don't go to the movies anymore. I'm not going to pay to go and see an advertisement before a movie starts. I'm willing to see previews and trailers for the movies, but I will not go in there and see a commercial for like a television show or like the new Ford F-150. I'm not. I will not do it. So the theaters are never ever going to get my money again. And Scogli in the chat says people are always scared of targeted ads, but my sister said it best. God forbid they show you an ad you might be interested in. Well, that's true. I'd be spending my money all over the place. Captivinity says I'm actually drinking for once. Gin mixer. Well, enjoy, Captain. Well, here's to you. I'm drinking a Bud Light. I know it's you guys. A lot of you guys laugh at me and say it's water, but I don't feel like drinking hard liquor and getting smashed while I'm on YouTube.
Oh fuck! It's dollar margarita night at the bar. I was at the bar earlier.
I
It's
do like
dollar margarita.
margaritas.
It's two
Dollar?
75. Yeah, it's 275 taco night and dollar margaritas and they're they're and it's cheap date night. They call it cheap date night.
Cheap date night. So I'll bring a cheap date who likes tacos and booze, right?
Oh, I just go there by myself there and flirt with the bartender. But she kind of but she but usually I just get that go to hell.
What is that?
What? He tells me to go to hell.
Oh, they tell you to go to hell.
Yeah.
Is that after you've had too many margaritas?
Oh no, it's a fun bartender there. There's only one waitress that doesn't like me, but that's because that's because she's the only waitress that did this to me. But when I was ordering my horny parrots, she charged me double per drink and didn't tell me ahead of time because there's two different liquors in it. All right, your tip went into my drink.
Charged you double because there's two different liquors in it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds like BS.
yeah. So her tip went into my drink.
Yeah,
She
there you
didn't get a
go.
tip that night.
Well, screw that. I don't know if it's her fault or not, if you can blame her, but that's not right.
She's the only one
Scogli
that said
says,
that to me.
yeah, well, then that sounds like she was saying, like, just being a jerk.
Well,
And
I think she's the only one that probably follows Gordy's rules. Gordy probably tells him that there's multiple liquors in it. Charge him the extra, but it's she's probably the only one that followed it.
yeah, that's kind of crap because, that means they're going to charge for any time you order a mixed drink. You got to be careful on what ingredients are in it. That's tightwads. Scogli in the chat says all my ads are about guitar software and counseling apps. I have been getting a lot of guitar ads too for some reason, and I wish I knew how to play the guitar, but I don't. And somehow I have feeling the ads are not going to help me know how to play the guitar. Ploxer in the chat says gin and cranberries, Captain Infinity. Okay. Captain Infinity says rum and cola. Was this strong stuff? I had that just the other night, actually. Captain
I'll
Infinity
stick.
probably shouldn't have had those pain meds. Go ahead.
I'll stick to my horny parrot.
What is a horny parrot besides a nasty
Peach,
bird?
Peach, peach schnapps, Malibu cranberry juice, and peach schnapps, Malibu cranberry juice, and pineapple juice.
Well, it sounds good, but do they charge you 3 times or as much for the 3 different drinks or whatever it is?
Only that one waitress has ever done that to me. Sarah's never done that to me.
Oh, well, now you know which waitress not to use, right? Oh, can you even say the word
No,
waitress
if I get that,
anymore?
if I get, no, if I get that, if I get that waitress, then I'll order something different, or I'll order a pop.
Right, or just order shots. Just give me a shot of like brandy. And Ploxer in the chat says YouTubeski is scrambled in mine ad targeting. No regular pattern to what is viewed or searched. I also enjoy clearing out viewing history to see what ad trends come up next. Oh, that's an idea I haven't thought of. Yeah, what I don't understand is why did YouTube? It shows an ad, and you could select stop seeing this ad, and it says why, and you can say irrelevant or repeating or whatever, and you tell it, you say it's repeating or whatever, or it's irrelevant, and then you select, and then it'll still show you that same ad again 5 minutes later. So what is the point? And Lemon Pie in the chat says when Charles Dickens asked for a martini, the bartender asked him Oliver Twist. And Scogely says nice. Captain Infinity in the chat says I feel funky and I feel fine. It says that Captain Infinity, please do not make this. Adverse reactions have been reported. Yeah, I found that out a couple of weeks ago. Huh. In fact, I need to get back to taking that pill that made me sick. The doctor wants me to take it every day, but I haven't taken it since that one night. It made me nauseous. Captain
What's
Infinity,
that?
no, it's fine. It's, folic acid. Captain Infinity says, no, it's fine. It's just rum and cola mostly. Thank you for caring, Ploxy. And Ploxer says, Captain Infinity, okay. And Scogely says, you have to set your ad preferences at Google because it's all under Google AdSense. Well, that makes sense. And I know I've been in Google AdSense. Maybe they've changed it since then. But when I went into Google, excuse me, trying to, pardon me, I had a cough. When I was in the Google AdSense trying to customize the preferences, it was a couple years ago. And Lemon Pie says, I always select inappropriate, usually in an attempt to actually not see the ad again. I've tried that too, Lemon Pie. I've tried inappropriate, repetitive. I've tried them all, and I don't think it matters. It's like I think they all go into the same bucket. It's like there's a joke, there's a meme out there or a cartoon ad where it shows somebody at a gas pump, and it says regular, premium, then super premium, and then it shows like X-ray vision of the hoses leading down to one gas tank, and that's what I picture that YouTube does with our complaints. Lemon Pie says I always select. Oh, there we go. I already had that one. And Ploxord says there is no option for it. This ad offends my delicate sensibilities. Right, right. There's no selection for. I'm clutching my pearls. You think that if you select it offensive, they don't have inappropriate, but I think they should have offensive because I find a lot of them offensive. Because living here in California, at least 3/4 of the ads I get are about LGBTQ XYZ and people of color. That's the nicest way to put it. That's everything I get like that, and I'm tired of that being shoved down my throat. You live in what is it, Minnesota there, Gorilla?
Yeah.
Oh, you I would that's why I've got to get out of California because what you guys see around you there in a state like Minnesota is completely different than what we see here in California. And Scogely says, I'm a vegetarian, so whenever I see a fast food ad, I mark it as offensive and it's super effective. Maybe
Yeah.
you're doing something I'm not doing, or at least I'm not doing it right. And Ploxer says, I find ads offensive to mine wallet. You know what? And personally, I find all ads offensive. I don't care what the ad is, I find it offensive because I don't go onto any platform or service looking for ads. That's why I don't go to the theaters. That's why I don't watch television anymore. I don't watch any, especially network television. Anything that has ads, I haven't watched in years. So I find ads offensive, especially if I'm paying for whatever the product is that has ads. That should be completely illegal.
Well, that's how you get your free services. There is from ads.
No,
That's
yeah, but
why a lot of your apps are free.
Well, that's just it. Well, let me read this here. Scogli says that's on Facebook though, and Lemon Pie says ads are offensive to my brain when they are stupid. Let me explain this here, Gorilla, or I'll give you a sample. All right, like streaming services like Disney Plus and Netflix and all that, they had them where people paid for them, right? So you figure if
Yeah.
you're paying for the stream, you should not get ads. But they start sneaking in ads, and next thing you know, as we all know, that they consider that not to be enough money. So all of those services are going to start putting ads in there. So people are going to be paying to see ads. And
So
I
they're going
that
back to the cable,
yes,
the
right,
cable thing.
yes, exactly what we cut the cord for. Exactly, they're going right back to the same crap. And I remember that's one of the things that R.M. Briggs told me I was dumb about because I was against that. And she was like, "Well, ads are necessary. They need to pay for stuff." And I was like, "Well, it doesn't matter." But I don't think I think if you're paying for the service, you should not get ads. Period. That's the point of paying for it. That's why I don't buy newspapers anymore. I'd buy a newspaper and 80% of it was ads. I stopped doing it. And Ploxord says ads are there to find you, the viewer. It is a fishing expedition called marketing. Well, I understand what they are for. I know what ads are for and why they were designed and why they were invented, but I don't like them. Or if they say, well, you're going to have them. You're going to be this is jail. You're in prison now, and we're going to tie you down, and you have to watch our ads. Then they should at least give me the option of saying, okay, if you're going to show me ads, then then at least pick this category and this category and this category and this category. If you intend to ever sell me something, don't just keep inundating me with a bunch of garbage that I'm not interested in and that I will never buy. I mean, you're wasting your money and my time at the same time, right? At least that's my
Yeah,
opinion.
let them waste their money.
They're not wasting money. That's just it. They'll flood a million people with an ad just so they can get 10 sales. Ploxer, we're going to need a bigger boat. Yes, absolutely right. And Ploxer says it's the bugs. No, thank you. Yeah, they're really pushing eating bugs lately, aren't they?
No, not in our area. But they know most of us will just go to a farmer and not go to these multi-billion dollar chains.
Most of those aren't even worth going to anymore.
Hell, sometimes you got limited choice.
Well, when I was out of town, I usually don't eat fast food. But when I was out of town Monday and Tuesday, a friend of mine and myself, we went to a burger place. Here in California, it's called Carl's Jr. It's the same as Hardee's in the. I don't know if you ever heard of Carl's Jr. or Hardee's. But anyway, and I hadn't been there. I hadn't been to a Carl's Jr. in maybe a couple years. I can tell you, if it definitely the prices have tripled since the last time I was there. So we ordered two burgers, two fries, one soda. I didn't want a soda because they only serve Coke, and it was 30 something dollars, almost $40. Can you imagine that? And so it's like,
Yeah.
okay, no more of that. Am I like old fashioned or is that high? Or
Oh,
am I
that's
high?
high. So, what did you order?
Two burgers, two
Again?
fries, one Coke.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Tell me
That
about it.
cost that cost us $10 at Burger King here.
Oh, Burger
Well,
King here.
actually, probably closer to 15.
Well, Burger King here, you can get a Whopper. I think they're about $7 plus
That's about
tax.
the same here.
But here they don't have just sales tax; they tag on extra tax. So I'll give you an example. Let's say if they say a Whopper is $7. Well, you can plan on in California. By the time you pay taxes, it's going to be almost 8. The tax is that friggin' high. And Scogli said that's bonkers. Yes, it is. It's terrible. Oh my God. You think that's bad? You guys heard of Taco Bell? Oh no, you can't even get out of there without spending $15 for like 3 little tacos or something. And
Well,
oh, I gotta be
I don't eat Taco Bell, so
well, yeah, smart because it's nasty. Go ahead.
because I've worked in a Mexican restaurant there. If I want tacos, well, the bar I go to it has good tacos, but it's not Mexican. But if I want tacos, I'll go to a Mexican restaurant right there because I've worked in one and
Yes,
worked one.
exactly. That's the whole thing. It's like I'm here in California where we get the best Mexican food. I'll never go to Taco Bell, and that's where that horrible Tex-Mex comes from. It's basically Taco Bell, and it's for people who don't know what real Mexican food is. But once you taste real Mexican food, you don't go back. And Scogli says at Wendy's in Calgary, the spicy baconator combo is like $18. No, thank you. And the sad thing is when you order, like you said, like Scogli said, a combo, you're gonna guaranteed you're gonna spend $3 to $4 just on the drink, even though we all know that that drink costs them less than maybe 5 or 10 cents. So no, their biggest profit items are the fries and the drinks. So I try to usually skip down on that. I'll go in there and say, just give me a burger, all right?
Yeah, I never ordered drinks
Then at least I want to
there.
go ahead.
I never, unless I'm like at an actual restaurant there. Like, if I'm just going through the drive-through, I don't even bother ordering a drink because I got my pop in my car already.
Me too. I have. Well, I drink Pepsi, and it's hard to get them at fast food places. A lot of fast food places are cheap here because Coca-Cola is cheaper, and they make them, even though they sell it for the same price as would have been Pepsi, but they buy it for a lesser price. Coke is really cheap. It's dirt cheap, and it tastes like dirt, in my opinion. But here's what some places do, which is really underhanded. Is you'll go in there and say, for example, I don't like, let's say KFC, and I'll go in there and I'll say, I'll be the drive-through, and I'll say, give me a two-piece chicken original recipe or whatever. And they'll say, okay, that'll be $12. And I'll be, wait a minute, I don't want the combo. I said, can you give me it with just the chicken? Oh, well, it's still the same price with or without. Then bye. See you later. Yeah, they're actually doing that here. Ploxor in the chat says, acheta, finding this ingredient in the product label indicates chitin content to food. Am I reading that right? And Ploxer says, eating a Jack in the Box and coughing up Taco Bell. Jack in the Box is nasty. That almost makes McDonald's look like gourmet cooking. And Ploxer says, movie concession prices are now outside the theater. Yeah, that's, you know what? With movie theaters, I used to support the movie theaters because, I used to enjoy going to the movies. So I didn't mind the ticket price to get in. I didn't mind the concession. I would buy I'd never buy Coca-Cola. They all have Coke, so I don't get that. But I would get snacks, candy, popcorn, that kind of stuff because I wanted to support the theaters. What drove me away was the commercials. That's where they drew the line, and I won't do it. I'm not going to go in there and have to sit through a half hour or hour sometimes of them saying tonight on NBC. No, thanks.
We do not have that there. We get three previews for movies that are coming up, and that's it.
Well, then here people are they're dumber, they're stupider because obviously, if people would, if as soon as they started showing the commercials, if everybody got up and walked out, they'd stop doing it, right? But people here don't because they're dumb, so they do it.
Well, in all fairness, their pop culture, you got people there that voted for Newsom because, and I quote, he has fuck me eyes.
God, I would say, well, that's an interesting term. I'm not going to use the F word, but I'll say, if anything, he has F me butt and F me ass.
No, but I'm serious. There's a series of videos on that the people voted for because of his eyes. He thought he was charming.
And let me guess, those videos are by men, right?
No, there's as a you know the stereotypical dumb bimbo from high school in the like your teen movies and stuff.
Right. No offense to dumb bimbos out there listening.
Oh, all the feds given. No, but it reminded me of those bimbos that you see in those teen movies there, like Not Another Teen Movie or
right.
American Pie,
yeah, which is
or
what no, that's all
Superbad.
Right, that's California's full of that. Like, duh, like literally. These two, I'll just say, women get in my car last week, and they're talking, and here's what one of them says. Yeah, I just had to put glitter on myself just to be myself today. And then I put on a little more extra. Yeah, you're talking about those kind of people. Lemon Pie in the chat says Chick-fil-A is keeping prices competitive. I do like Chick-fil-A, but we all know that they're ran by a Christian organization and they're hated immensely here in California. Unfortunately, there's a few of them, but they're hard to find. And Ploxer in the chat says, let's go to the lobby. Let's go to the lobby. I miss those old commercials. Lemon pie says Chick-fil-A. Yeah, that's it. That's how you. And lemon pie, I like their chicken. I mean, yeah, lemon pie. I like the Chick-fil-A sandwiches. Their chicken is good, and I like that they have sauces. But the last time I was at Chick-fil-A had to be at least 10 years ago. It's just too bad. Like I said, that they're hard to find because we have a lot of loud, far left idiots here. I'm trying not to offend anybody, but that's not easy in California. I can see I stubbed my toe yesterday, and it'll offend somebody out there. But usually, though, when I do go to get something to eat, though, I will pick like Burger King or something like that because if I have the app on my phone, it has like a specials area where you can order specials. So during lunch, I can get like two Whopper Juniors, two small fries for $6, and that's still relatively reasonable. Lemon Pie in the chat says they thrive in Texas fine. Oh, I'm sure they do. That's why you know what? Lemon Pie, I wanted to move to Texas. I love Texas. I mean, screw Chick-fil-A. They have Whataburger in Texas. I love that. But unfortunately, you guys have all the California people moving there. So
No, no, they're
everything
moving
we see
to.
here, what's that?
Uh, they're mostly, if they're moving to Texas, they're concentrating in Austin, or they're moving to Arizona. That's why we
Well,
lost Arizona, is because they're fleeing California.
well, right, but you're not going to lose just Arizona. They're moving to all the conservative states. That's the whole point. Why they're targeting the conservative states. So you're going to see every time there's an election, you're going to see losing more and more and more conservative states. That's why they moved there. That was the whole point. When they moved to California, when they moved to Texas, the reason why they moved there was the first thing they wanted to do was open the border. The next thing will be is to ban guns. But we don't want to make this about politics. I don't want to bore people or lose anybody in the chat.
Yeah. Let's talk about something else. What's our
Let's talk
next
about
episode on TAS?
next episode on TES, which I don't even remember. I haven't thought about it. I know I thought about it the other day when we had the last one. Oh, that's right. I did
Yeah.
miss the last stream because I was on vacation.
Oh, okay. So we just did the time trap, so I can't remember what's the next episode after that.
I can look it up. I just want to make sure that me switching different tabs on my computer doesn't make my mic start dropping out. But I think my dropping out, my sound issues are not to do with the computer. I think they have to do with the mic, so it should be okay. Oh, it's the one where they go underwater. That's right. It's one where Kirk and Spock land on that planet where they go underwater and they have to swim underwater and they eventually remember they grow webbed hands and they start to become like fish.
Okay. Oh, it's an Aquaman ripoff. Alrighty, I got my token F.
You got your token F already. There we go. All right.
Okay, I'm
It's
kidding. I'm kidding.
oh,
Which
I
came
know.
first?
It's the ambergris element. That's it. While the Enterprise investigates a water world, Captain Kirk and Commander Spock go missing. They've been abducted by the world's inhabitants and altered into water breathers. There we go. Writer Gene Roddenberry, Margaret Arm. Oh, of course, Gene Roddenberry. Oh, I don't want to go into that. It upsets people.
What?
Every time an author submitted a story, and this is not my opinion, this is something I read from the Making of Star Trek book. Every time an author, it doesn't matter who they were, like Harlan Ellison, for example, anytime an author submitted a story to Star Trek, even if it was a good story, Gene Roddenberry would always go in and re-edit it or rechange it or do something to the script. And was it because he wanted to improve it? No, it was because every time he put his name as partial script writer, he got more bonus and more money. So that's the reason why all the writers who, almost all of them that ever wrote for Star Trek, ended up hating him because he ended up taking the credit for the stories. And so a lot
Oh,
of them, they wrote once and he screwed them over and they never came back, like Harlan Ellison. And Ploxord in the chats. Oh, Edge of Time. Welcome, Edge of Time. Good to see you. Edge of Time says ahoy, Ploxord. And Ploxord says hail at Edge of Time. And Ploxer says ego. Yes, ego. And I can mention this here. I can't mention this on the Star Trek streams because I don't want to upset Jill, anti-derivative Jill. She's very sweet. But Grace Lee Whitney left the series because she was assaulted at a rap party. She said by an executive. And she was never, she took the name of that executive to her grave because she said, I read her book. She said that executive was in power for many years uh, at Paramount slash Star Trek. And judging from reading this book and the history I've seen so far, I'm pretty much certain that that executive was Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah. Well, that was Nurse Chapel, right?
Yeoman Janice Rand.
Oh, Janet Rand. Yep, that Rand. That yep. Now I remember.
Right. In fact, her last episode that she was even in was just this last week on Jill's channel, Conscience of the King. Yeah, she was assaulted right after the Miri rap party, the episode Miri. And she just, in her book and in publicly and at the conventions, all she ever said, it was an executive. And I can't say the name because that person, think about it, it is somebody that was in power for many decades. And everything I've been reading on this book about behind the scenes, everything that is not written by Roddenberry. So you read Roddenberry's book, he's an angel, of course, and he's the miracle worker, and he wrote everything and created everything. He's Mr. Wonderful. But as soon as you start reading books about the people, from books written by the people around him, you find out all that is pretty much. And from what Herb Solo and Bob Justman are saying in this book, he was a horrible womanizer. He was cheated on his own wife. He cheated on Majel Barrett. He was sleeping with Majel Barrett and Nichelle Nichols at the same time. And he was bringing women constantly into his office at night and locking the door, telling the secretary, if my wife calls, tell her I'm busy. So yeah, everything points to Gene Roddenberry, but I can't say that because I don't. Don't tell Jill. Oh, don't tell Jill. She'll probably watch this stream. And if you do, Jill, I'm sorry, but I just can't help but put the pieces together. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But yeah. So our next animated series episode on Monday will be the Ambergris Element. Is the name of it. So how come you didn't do your Walton stream tonight? Hello, hello. Can you still hear me? I think maybe Gorilla may have stepped away from the computer. Sometimes I don't know. Maybe it's mine. Maybe it's my audio issues. I don't know. If you guys can hear me in the chat, please give me a sign.
I made a candy run.
Oh,
I
ooh,
stepped
I
away to
love
make a
sweets.
candy run. No,
Oh, I don't blame you. I love sweets. That's my weakness.
yeah, no. Tonight I was supposed to go drop the kid off with the ex-mother-in-law, but my prayers were answered that I didn't have to deal with her tonight. But by that time I already told everybody that the stream was canceled because I was supposed to meet her about 45 minutes after my stream was supposed to start, and by that time I'd have to drive about half an hour. It would not give me enough time to do a stream and watch the episode, do a stream, and then get over there.
Okay, got you. And Ploxert, thank you, Ploxert. Audio is operational. I hope it's not dropping out when clicking and popping and everything. And Scogly says, sounds good, Pop. Thank you, Scogly. No, that's good. Candy is my weakness, too. If I had the choice, I would have it next to me every day, all day. I always crave it, especially after I eat dinner. I wish I had a dessert. I'm really a big fan of chocolate. It's too bad that it's so expensive. So, what kind of candy do you like?
I just went into the store when 75% off the Halloween candy.
Oh, that's right. You were telling me about that. And Edge of Time says audio is good here. Thank you, Edge of Time. Yeah, you know what's interesting too is here there's two things about Halloween candy. They'll put they usually like any big store like Walmart, for example. They'll sell out of the Halloween candy before the Halloween night is over. So if you go back the next day looking for discounted candy, there is none. So that's hit or miss. Some stores like Walgreens, Rite Aid, those kind of stores, they'll have a little bit of candy left over the next day, but people show up early. I mean, early when the doors open, and they buy that stuff right up. So it's a lot of competition there.
No,
Edge of
that's the
Time says yes
problem.
after dinner. What's that?
That's the problem with living in a bigger town. My small town there, it's still 75% off. There's still some left.
You know what I think some of them are. I think they are. I think that they buy them because they own stores and they go back and sell them. But I don't know.
No, it's just they over ordered what people wanted or what they
No,
thought people would want.
No, right. No, I don't mean the store. I mean the people that buy the stuff up real early in the morning and then go in there and buy everything up. Is what I'm talking about.
Nah, it's on sale, so why not stock up while it's on sale?
Oh, that's true. And candy doesn't rot or go bad really quick. So yeah, why not? And yes, after dinner, right? That old dessert, that old dessert craving edge of time. Yeah, that's one of my fondest memories. What few fond memories I have of a kid is when my mother would make dessert sometimes after dinner, chocolate cake or something like that. Oh, like chocolate cake, I could eat chocolate cake, but I'm not going to bake a chocolate cake and then have a whole cake in there and then eat it and get really super fat. So,
Well, cake if you store it right, a cake can last over a week.
well, what would you say is? Well, you know what's funny is I was actually thinking that. Well, like an
Or
airtight Tupperware container or what?
yeah, that'll work. Or a plastic baggie, like one of those gallon plastic baggies. But like what I do with my brownies there, I'll make a 9 by 9 pan. Only problem is it doesn't make it till morning.
Oh, well, that yeah, I can understand that. That I would probably do the same, especially with brownies. And Ploxor in the chat says circus, peanuts, candy corn, chicken bones, cotton candy.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to like the popcorn at the zoo. It was like this brick of pink popcorn. I used to love that stuff. I think it was called pink popcorn. But I thought about that too about the cake. I thought about maybe like if you put it in a airtight like a Tupperware, and in the fridge, maybe you can kind of extend the life, right?
Or freeze or
Well, if you
freeze it.
freeze it, doesn't that make it stale when you take it out, or no?
Maybe it's cake's kind of hard to judge, and just depends on what kind of cake and how you made it too. But like for example, with bread, is either you freeze it or leave it out because bread's kind of weird, where it'll go bad the fastest in the fridge.
Oh, I know.
It
My
gets
mom used to put bread in the freezer, and I just never liked the taste. And I remember I told her, "Well, Mom, it tastes stale." She said, "Well, just toast it, and you can't tell the difference."
no, but like no, but with bread there, it's the weirdest thing because usually the colder you make something, the longer it'll last. But bread is it'll go bad the fastest in the fridge. It's
How
just
does it
something
go
about
bad?
that
Is it
tip.
you mean like mold or stale or harden or
It'll
what?
dry out and harden or mold. You can mold's kind of, well, it could grow mold, I suppose. Oh, that reminds me, I'll clean out my fridge. I
Well,
got a few
supposedly
left.
the fridge. No, that's fine. But supposedly, mold is your fridge is supposed to be cold enough where it prevents certain molds. I'm hoping.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh,
boy,
this one
boy.
here is I got a couple things I didn't eat the full leftovers of. I just put them in the back of the fridge. And
Oh
forgot
well,
about
that's
them.
normal. Yeah, I do the same thing. And Ploxer in the
Yeah.
chat says kettle corn, caramel apple, chocolate dipped strawberries.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are making me hungry. And
Yeah.
Edge of Time says I like Child's Play, Tootsie Rolls, Dots, Tootsie Pops. Tootsie Rolls and Tootsie Pops. I love all those too.
Oh, the vanilla Tootsie Rolls. But no, the last time I cleaned out the fridge though, I found an unopened thing of frosting in there. I only missed the expiration date by eight years.
8 years.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
I
just
wouldn't.
sitting in the back of the fridge there, never been opened. You never looked at the expirations date. Like we clean out the fridge and just got put next to the condiments on there, not even thinking about it.
So it was a can,
Yeah, it was one of those little cans of frosting you get at the store.
right? Um, I'm old enough to remember where they actually used to sell box frosting, but I don't think they sell that anymore. I think it's all in those cans now. Unfortunately, you don't get much for your money now anymore. I
Well, you
bought
can make
some.
your own. You can make your own frosting really easily.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying that those cans they sell are only about half full, so the
Oh, this
economy really shows.
ours is these our cans are full.
Not ours. There's like a fudge recipe I have that I really like. It's made out of peanut butter and chocolate. Oh, it's gonna be. I'm guilty. It's called 50/50 fudge, and it's the easiest fudge. You don't have to bake it. You just make it out of a can of peanut butter or a jar, and then a can of chocolate frosting. Mix them together, and then I put a coconut pecan frosting on top of that. and put it in the refrigerator, and then it'll harden and it tastes not harden hard, but it'll stiffen to where it's not runny or sticky like you would probably imagine, like peanut butter or frosting. And when I bought the frosting, it's a Betty Crocker, the usual. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know, 2.99, 3.99, and you're like, okay, that's getting awfully expensive. I remember that you can get them on sale for $1, but I open it up and they're all half full, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
How many did you open up?
Just the one that I bought. You can't open them up in the store. You have to peel off the aluminum foil underneath the
Is that
lid.
the only time you've gotten a half full one?
Nope. I bought two of them. Chocolate fudge and a coconut pecan. They're both half full. Lemon
Okay.
pie is maybe it's the brand. I think maybe it's Kraft. But then guess what? It's not like, well, I'll get a different brand. No, because Kraft pays to where they don't put any other brands on the shelf. That's the problem when big companies own everything, is they force the supermarkets to keep all the other competing brands off, which is really horrible.
Yeah.
Lemon pie says yes, bread should not be in the fridge. And Ploxer says sugar cone, elephant ear, rock candy. I don't think I've heard of an elephant ear. Ploxer says why should bread not be in the fridge? Dries out. Well, I think Gorilla gave us our reason. And Ploxer says no unexpected color on the sugar product should be good to go. You're right about that. Sugar products usually do last a long time. And if it would have been me and if I would have found that one in the refrigerator, I probably would at least opened it and checked it out.
It still
Ploxer,
tasted good, but I'd never gone back to it.
gotcha.
Eh,
Ploxer in the chat says fudge peanut brittle Turkish delight. Oh, I love peanut brittle when it's done right. Edge of Time says, remember Brock's Royals toffee? Yes, Edge of Time. You remember going into the grocery store and they had that whole Brock's display? It was like being like in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It was like 50 different kinds. Well, when I was a kid, I'd stand there and stare at it. Lemon Pie says, yes, dries and hardens faster. Ploxford says, bread in the fridge for croutons, the more you know. Well, that's true. Croutons are like stuffing. Lemon Pie says, perhaps so, Ploxford. That is crazy how things. Not only that, I'm sure you guys. Here's another thing, Gorilla. I want to ask you about. When you go grocery shopping, do they have those little white boxes of Farmer John's pork link sausages?
we got
It's a
I get the
white box,
banquet yellow box.
right? But they have these ones called Farmer John's, and it's a white box, and it's supposed to have like I don't know 12 links, and it's got a clear window, and you open the box and you find out that the sausages are getting smaller and smaller and shorter, but they don't show in the window. The window only shows the center of the links. So what originally used to be like a 16-ounce box of sausages are now like 6 ounce and
Yeah,
like four times the price.
that's where you got to read. That's why you got to read the labels.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. That's why I looked like when you were talking about eating the banquet meals last night. That's why I asked you how many ounces they are. Lemon pie in the chat says perhaps so, Ploxerd. Edge of Time says pick a mix. And Ploxerd says Brock's milk made royals are still available in assorted. Oh, I love those. And Lemon Pie says croutons are better than croutons. Ploxerd says I see 3,000 count bulk candy. I could dive into that. And then, by the way, it's an old myth. If you guys think that only kids like candy, you're wrong. us adults, doesn't matter how old you get, you're always going to love candy. As long as you're allowed to eat it. Thank goodness I'm not a diabetic or something where I have to watch my diet.
Yeah, my gut tells me I got to start watching it.
Right, it is the gut. That's the only reason why I don't overindulge. Is that I don't want to get fat, is all. But fortunately, I've been lucky where I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have problems with sodium. Where the doctors say no sodium, and
If they
things
told me
like
that,
that. So I've been lucky.
if they told me that, I'd tell them, hey, where's the nearest grave carver?
I'm sure it's possible.
I love my salt. You take away
Same
my
here.
salt. If I take away my salt, oh man, all hell's gonna break loose.
Same here. Bird of Prey 5. That's why I feel sorry for that poor guy. He's on a very strict no salt diet. That's horrible. And Ploxard says Slossen cutoff. I'm not sure what that is. Ploxard. Edge of Time says I have to buy them on eBay by the 3-pound bag. I need to consider. Oh, eBay. I hadn't thought of that. That's a good idea. I have to go do something real quick. I'll be right back, Gorilla.
Alrighty.
Feel free to please read the chat if they come up.
I can entertain people here with my as I die in Minecraft here.
Sounds good. I'll be right back.
So anyhow, I'm in the Nether here. I'm about to be attacked. So let me get this up on. There we go. Oh, what I'm doing is making a staircase down to this lava pit that I'm probably gonna fall in. You guys want to see something here? This is why I always make the joke about me dying in Minecraft. If you see it here, we got the list here. I'm at the top. Holy shit! I broke 1300. Woo! And our next highest guy is at 104. So I got 13. I got 1,339 deaths versus the next closest guy has uh has 104. Oh shoot. One of the things I mentioned earlier is over there those little springy things. Those are they're called magma cubes there. I've gotten quite a few of those heads. Ooh. Here, speaking of one, these things can be a bitch to deal with. Oh, bitch. Oh shit. There was another one.
All right, and I am back.
Yeah, and I just showed them my desk in there. Oh, crap, I don't have any food.
Well, continue, sir. At least you know it's
Uh,
giving them
I was
something
showing
to
them
watch.
this is a magma block, a magma cube in the Nether, and shit
What's it good for?
heads. Man, they drop. If I could kill one here without dying, I could.
And Ploxord in the chat says ordering candies, and Ploxord says place fenced walkways when not tunneling. I think Ploxord plays this game.
Oh,
Edge of Time says top. Go ahead.
Boxer, do you play? Are you Java?
And
Go
Edge of
ahead.
Time says Toppy is hard to find locally. Toppy, I like. I think. Am I wrong? But is Toppy the stuff that tastes like coffee? Because I don't
Ta-
like candy that tastes like coffee.
oh, toffee's is an old school candy. We got taffy. There's taffy now that's real sweet, but toffee is
Not taffy.
uh, to, toffee is the stuff you find in the grandma's candy drawer.
But am I
It
wrong? Is
can
Toppy the stuff that tastes like coffee or no?
no, it has a bunch of different stuff. Like you can get like one. We got one that tastes kind of like it's called sea salt toffee.
Yeah. No. Well, that's what I thought. I thought there was different flavors, but I just remember when I was a kid, sometimes I would get a hold of a piece and it would taste like coffee, and it was horrible. I don't know who would
Well,
want to make candy that tastes like coffee.
well, there might have been one that tasted like coffee at one point.
That explains why toffee. Edge of Time says toffee is hard to find locally. Yeah, that's probably why it's a lot. Well, you know what? And the reason why, like I was talking about with the cake frosting, the reason why it's harder to find a lot of these older candies is because M&M Mars pay to take up all the shelving space. So, for example, if I want to go in and say I want $100,000 bar, that's a candy bar that used to be around. It's like no, but you're going to see 10 different varieties of M&Ms, right? That's the problem. Is the shelves are taken up by just one company's product, or maybe two companies, and that's a sad thing. So if you want variety, right, you do have to reach out to the internet for Amazon and eBay and stuff, which is really sad.
Yeah,
Blockster in the chat says, "Careful of the magma cubes; they like to drop from above." So that's always
yeah,
good to know.
no, and it drops magma cream, and I didn't get heads for all that crap. That's bullshit. Oops.
Lemon
It
pie.
drops magma
Go
cream.
ahead.
It just drops magma cream, which is useful in potions, I believe.
Oh, that's interesting. Lemon pie in the chat says Heath bars are toffee inside. I think I remember I think I've had heat bars. I remember liking them. And Ploxer in the chat says set up an open golem in a cage, draws the magmum cues. I cannot play MC. I strongly disagree with the TOS and privacy agreement. So there you go. So Ploxer knows about the game. He just doesn't like to play. He or she, sorry, Ploxer. There must be some strict service or things you have to sign if you don't want to agree. And I agree with you. If it's something that you don't agree with, don't sign it just to play the game because those service agreements and privacy, everything, those are getting worse and worse. And funny how it's called privacy agreement when they're more intrusive than ever before. And Edge of Time says, I like taffy too. Toffee is like stuffed caramel, chocolate, vanilla, rum, cherry. Right. The toffee, that's the stuff I do like. Stuffed caramel, chocolate, vanilla, rum, cherry. Sure, I like all that stuff. I just don't like whatever candy is that tastes like coffee with a C. I don't like coffee. And I don't like the taste. I don't like the smell. I know if I try to get on here and play a game online while streaming, there's no way my computer can handle all that. I only
Yeah,
have 4 gigs of RAM.
yeah, mine lags a little bit every once in a while.
Well, it's okay if it lags here for us because we're just watching, but it's pretty smooth for you, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay, good. That's all that matters.
and Salty said he wanted some sugar cane, so I made sure to extend this out pretty far. He's gonna have more than he knows what to do with.
And Ploxer in the chat says, I had a legacy account from Mojang. Could have had one of those special capes. Not into that sort of thing. Oh, they have a special cape on. Is that for like what, like flying or what?
Decoration. Oh, I know what I need.
I know one thing that I don't really like with the new modern games is that all the in-game purchases. We have to buy stuff to get achieve something in the game. It just doesn't seem right.
Oh, we don't have that on this. I don't think.
Good.
Or I haven't been pressured to buy anything. But
There used to be a game that I used to really like. A friend of mine and I used to play it all the time. It was called Unreal Tournament. And I miss that game. I think that's the equivalent of Fortnite now.
I haven't played Fortnite.
I have neither. I don't have a computer that'll run it.
I thought that was on PS4 and
Well, it probably is. I have a PS3. I bought a PS4, and when I took it home, I put it in, and I was like, well, there's not much improvement between the PS3 and the PS4. So I took it back, got my money back, and said, well, I'll wait for the PS5. And here we are. Still don't have a PS5 because they're hard to get.
hey, Flaxcord, is there a way to break Bedrock? Because I got a thing down to the Bedrock there, but I don't know if there's a way to break it.
And yes, Ploxer in the chat says Unreal Tournament. Did that give us the Unreal Engine? Yes, it did. Unreal Tournament was fantastic. It was on Macintosh, it was on PC, it was on everything, and it was online. And it had all these weapons, and it had smooth, great graphics, and it had these different levels that you could, like one on one and capture the flag and all that kind of stuff. I loved it.
Yeah. Did I show you this stuff that we got? This black sparkly stuff.
No, I don't think you showed me. And Ploxer in the chat says use a dragon egg that broke Bedrock at one time. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta find another portal or end portal. Throw an ender ring into it, and then go kill a dragon. See
That's cool.
This thing here is a skulk catalyst, and when you kill one of the mobs around them, it turns the surrounding blocks within like a 8 block radius into skulk.
Oh,
So
nice.
then you can build it into a you can use it for whatever. Thomas thinks we were trying to build a deep dark here. So if like right now I'm killing the zombie. You see all that blue sparkling. That means it's turning stuff into to it there. But
Gotcha.
sometimes you got to kill a couple of them to actually convert the block. Oh shit! Got two creepers.
Now I know it's going on 11:30 for you there, Gorilla. How long are you going to be up?
Holy shit! It's 11:30 already.
Yep.
Nah, I'll probably be up for a little while. We're still
Well,
talking.
all right. Well, I don't want to keep you up too late because I know you have to get up early in the morning, and so
And
do I at
tomorrow,
that time. Oil
and
change for me tomorrow.
tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday. For me, every day is the same. Doesn't matter if it's Friday or not. But at work, as far as work is concerned, it's the same, unless it's a holiday. And here we go. Let me catch up on the chat. Blocks are in the chat. Otherwise, you need something akin to a developer's account or a free mode to break and place Bedrock.
Also, creative mode. Okay. Because someone was trying to tell me that diamond pickaxes will break it, but I don't want to waste a diamond pickaxe if it doesn't work.
Now, to be creative mode, does that mean it has to be your server that's running it, or what?
Oh no, that's just free range in that. But you get access to all the blocks without actually having to go like right now. I just had to go mine a bunch of cobblestone there because I wasn't paying attention to that one creeper. And
Oh, okay.
so like say if I oh shit.
Lemon Pie says, I hate taffy. I get confused. Taffy, toffee, saltwater
Oh,
taffy. I think I like that, if I remember right.
it's saltwater taffy is delicious.
Ploxard says, yes, creative mode. Yeah, it sounds
Oh,
like Ploxard knows what they're talking about. So I was able to, I haven't watched it yet, but I was able to obtain Black Adam, and I have it on my hard drive here. I'll be watching it eventually.
I'm not gonna
And
watch it based on how racist it is, and not even the funny racism.
Black Adam, or are we talking about Wakanda?
Wakanda.
Okay, I know. I usually get it mixed up too, and I agree. I am not going to watch Wakanda either as well. I won't even if it's free. I won't watch it. You can pay me $10 and I won't watch it. But
After
I'll
what
get.
Tim,
Go ahead.
after what Tim Pool was saying about it, no way in hell I'm watching that movie. I'm not even give him the dignity of a watch.
No, here's what's funny is I picked up a family the other day. Okay, the movie came out on Thursday night, midnight screenings. I picked up a family on either Friday or Saturday. It was a family of color. I'll put it that way. At the theater, and the theater was only showing in that area Black Panther. So basically, it was a mom and dad and a kid who had just seen Black Panther, and I picked them up. And were they like, "Oh yeah, the kid"? And was the kid like, "Oh, that was great. Can we see it again? I loved it." No, it was like they came from a funeral. It was like, wow, it's like Disney is really digging its own grave. So stupid. And Bloxer in the chat says Obsidian is relatively creeper resistant. Creeper resistant. That's interesting. Lemon Pie says I hate the texture. It's coarse. It gets everywhere. Wait, that's sand. Watch out, that sand will get up your crotch if you don't be careful. Bloxerd says had automated farms and could dictate trades with villagers, formerly known as testificates.
Right? Oh, you're talking like an auto farm like this?
What do they call it? Auto? You just plant stuff and it grows.
Yeah, it's growing. And I press this button here, and that it releases the water and it harvests it all for me. And I just
And
gotta
what
go
do you,
replant it.
and what do you do with everything you harvest?
Like these seeds here, I gotta replant them or I go feed them to chickens. The wheat
But
you
like,
feed the
okay, go
wheat
ahead.
you could the wheat there you could turn into either bread or feed cows and sheep with it. Then carrots you either eat or you either eat the carrots or replant them to get more carrots or feed them to pigs. Watermelon you eat, beets you eat, and
Now,
replenishes your hearts.
that's what I was going to ask, how it helps you to eat stuff. So your energy or whatever can wear down after a while, I guess. You have to complete it. You have to keep eating to keep you with energy. Is that right?
Yep.
That would make sense. And Plush for the chat says, automatic, as in the villagers did the farming and harvesting. Got loads of emeralds from trades. Semi-automatic, cobblestone, stone, etc. Automated.
That, dang, you should really hop on our server here.
Well, Plotter doesn't want to sign the terms of a service agreement.
Yeah. I got. Oh, I bought it for my kid, but my kid doesn't want to play it anymore, so I've been playing it. It's been,
Minecraft?
yeah.
Oh, it's probably too slow, and the kid doesn't want to spend time building stuff. He probably wants stuff like Fortnite.
No, he wanted Minecraft. He doesn't even know about Fortnite.
But so what happened? He tried it and got bored, or what?
I don't know, he said he's taking a break from it. That,
Yeah, we know what that means, right?
but I'll give him a play.
And
I'll tell him he has to help me build some stuff.
does he tend to get bored of toys? Like really quick after you buy them?
Yeah, his autism kicks in.
That's normal. Of course, I was the opposite of that when I was a kid. When I got a toy, I would play with it until it fell apart.
Yeah. My kid has ADHD, and then the school says he's autistic and all that. He's like right on the border for autism.
Yeah, that's not cool. It seems strange that so many kids have that these days. I wonder, is it in the food? Is it in the water? I mean,
Oh, our food's not nearly as nutritious as it used to be.
well, that is true. Imagine how healthy we'd all be if we had gardens that grew our own food and had our own animals, right?
I could probably grow a garden, but it takes
It's not
some
hard.
patience. Well, I, s- yeah, yeah. I suppose I could send the kid out to de-weed it.
No, excuse me. I've had gardens before, but my problem is predators. I get ants and stuff like that.
Oh, aren't
But I
ants normal?
no, they ate my corn, bitches. I had
Oh,
some
those
really good
assholes.
crop of corn, and they came in and just ravished. And oh my god, I remember that. I grew peppers. They didn't like the peppers, so those were safe. Like jalapenos and stuff. And
See,
but the
I don't
corn
like
was,
peppers.
oh man, I do. So what I found out, if you plant marigolds, there are flowers called marigolds. You plant those around your crops, and no ants. But I didn't find out until I lost my crops. But hey, you
Oh,
learn every day, right?
yeah.
Lemon Pie says, "Do you ever get cess spots?
See,
Cess,
cesspats.
cess spots. I'm not sure what that is.
Here, just a sec. Let me get the sword. I'm decently safe here.
And Ploxor in the chat says,
Uh,
might not have enough chat residents to receive naughty bots in this stream. I believe there is a participation threshold. You're probably right, darn. I'm not getting any sex bots, darn it.
yeah. He's asking you.
And there's probably some big YouTubers out there that are streaming right now. Doomcock streams practically every night, and so does Klobby. So I'm probably competing against one of them right now anyway. So
Now, the number of streams doesn't not matter because there's so many of them.
it does matter. It takes away viewers. It doesn't matter what the
No, 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 no,
It
no,
don't
no.
think about it.
I'm talking about the sex bots.
Oh, the sex bots. But it's funny. It's just like rich people. Rich people are the only ones that say, "Oh, money doesn't buy happiness. You don't need money," but they continue hoarding money, and they're doing just fine. Well, it's the big YouTubers that have like 100,000 subscribers, and when they do a live stream, they have like 1,000 viewers, and they're saying, "Oh, don't worry, just stream whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you'll still be fine. Yeah, right,
I
right."
well, I don't worry about who's watching my stuff at the time. There, if they come, they
No,
come.
no, I'm not talking about who's watching my stuff. I'm just saying that when those big YouTubers stream, they take up everybody else. You're not going to have anybody. That's all I'm saying, and they know that, and they won't admit it. They won't say, "Yeah, you're right." Every time I stream, it takes up everybody because I'm asking for super chats. No, they won't admit that. They'll say, "Oh no, go ahead and stream anyway." Right. But anyway, Plockshore in the chat says might not have enough chat. Oh, I read that. Sorry, Rice. Lemon Pie says I have to say cess or delete my chat. Well, that's interesting. I haven't heard of that.
Oh, you might have filtered words on.
Oh, okay. Check your filter words there.
No,
Plock.
yours. No, your chat. Like you like in your settings there, you might have you might have filtered words on. So like words like that get filtered out, and where you can't
Wait,
type anything.
I don't remember setting that up. Okay, words like cess or words like what?
Or like if you try to type it like sex, porn, fuck or whatever into the chat,
Oh, oh,
it'll
that no,
automatic.
right? No, that's not me. That's YouTube or Streamyard.
Yeah,
One of those two, but it's not me.
yeah, but you could turn that off too. But
Oh well, then I
I
will
don't
do that. Thank you.
I don't remember how. You might because I think you might have safe chats on. Is what it
Okay.
is.
Blockster in the chat says YouTube ski leaves loves streamers by unleashing naughty bots upon the chat. You're right. I think that they are banned by YouTube. Lemon
I
Pie
think
says plus cess sounds funny.
no,
Go ahead.
no, it's not YouTube unleashing the sex bots. It's you got your main players of North Korea, Russia, China, and all that unleashing on them to get on there, so hoping people will click on them and go to the sites, and then that way they can hack into people's computers and steal all their information and stuff.
Right, right. But I think, in my opinion, the YouTube has control over whether showing those bots or not, and they choose to show them, in my opinion, because they're getting a cut of the piece of the pie. Because they
Uh,
easily they could stop them easily, and they don't.
I think it's negligence because you got over a billion YouTube accounts. They can't keep track of every single one. No, I
It,
just think
it,
it's negligence.
no, here's the reason why, and I could be wrong, but the reason why I think that they have control over it and they allow it is because every time there's a sale, I think they get a cut of the piece of the pie. And the reason why I think they have control over it is, I'll give you an example. Let's say right now a bot came in the chat, and you start putting in the usual spam, and you click on it and say report. And as soon as you do that, YouTube, they have the power, the money, the wealth, and the means to track that bot down to the IP address of where it came from and blocking that IP address. But they don't do that. They choose not to do that. So what happens is that bot just changes the name of the bot and then just continues and continues and continues. And even though you say block it, it still goes on to another channel. They do have the means of going straight to the IP address and straight to the actual server and the location of where the bot comes from and blocking it, but they choose not to do that. And Edge of Time in the chat says only two problems: money, too much and too little. Block Sword in the chat says limited resources. Chat and viewers are considered resources. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
But that's the
Oh,
same as the phone companies. That's the reason why they don't block those spam and robocalls is because every call makes them money. They're not going to
yeah,
stop that, even though they have the ability to.
yeah. Oh, pop culture. Right here in front of me is a slime block. They drop slime balls that are used for to make like sticky pistons and stuff like that. That make like if you're making like closing doors and all that,
Oh, so it's a
it
good
slows it
thing.
down. Once you get the slime balls and all that.
Okay,
If
I
you
thought they
know,
were.
yeah, if you know how to use them, I should say. If you know you know how to use them real well,
Yeah.
it's a real good thing. But like I don't know how to use them, but other people on the server do, so I collect them for them.
Well, that's cool. Ploxor in the chat says settings should indicate safety and other limitations. And Ploxor says too many tubes cannot comprehend the ins and outs of the systems. I'm trying to think of my YouTube. Did I go in and set the settings to not allow cuss words? I don't usually do that, but
It's a default thing.
no, yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's probably the problem. But then I don't want to have people come in and start attacking other people in the chat. Like for example, our good friends in the chat right now, Edge of Time, Ploxord, Lemon Pie. I don't want someone to come in and start cussing at them and calling them names. So I guess it's a fine line you have to figure out.
That then I just cuss them back out. I just cuss them back right out.
Well, I wouldn't cuss them out. I would just block them.
Well,
Lemon Pie says I had the same party trying to scam call me over and over and over for like 6 months. Yes, telephone companies don't care, absolutely, and they do have. They could easily stop it overnight, but they refuse to do it because they're making too much money. Go ahead, Gorilla.
oh no, well nothing. Sorry, I'll be right back.
Go for it. And you what? And you would think, okay, the FCC, which is a joke in the U.S., just like NASA. You would think the FCC would make it illegal for the wireless carriers to allow this to happen, but they don't. They don't. The FCC will not do that. What they'll do is they just fine them and fine them and fine them and fine them because they get money that way. If the FCC made it illegal, they wouldn't be able to fine them if it didn't happen, and which means they don't make money. And that's how the American systems works. Ploxer in the chat says the companies do care just about things we might not understand or comprehend. Well, that may be right. I would be okay if let's say it's a public company. Let's say like Verizon, Apple, something like that. If you're a paying customer, then I think we should get a list of the things they care about, right, and the things they don't care about. I
Ugh.
mean, if I'm paying a monthly fee, I think I should get all that. I think it should be transparent. But call me crazy.
Yeah.
And Ploxorden says, if I'm offended, I use multi-syllabic words and retorts. There you
Yeah.
go.
God, the temperature outside gives a whole new meaning to the term numbnuts.
It's cool. I know it's cool. It's cooling down here, but I know it's nothing compared to out there where you're at.
Well, right now it's 18 with probably about uh negative or about a 5-degree wind chill.
Jeez.
But
Ugh.
like 18 degrees is not too bad. It's the wind that gets you.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, how hard is it like to start your car in the morning and stuff?
Right now, not too hard. But once it gets to negative 60, I don't even bother going to work.
-60?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, you Californians are spoiled over there.
I guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
like
-60, everything's gonna freeze.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess you're used to it. So does that mean that you
Yeah.
guys have the ice on the roads with all the cars sliding into each other and all that?
First snowfall followed after that everybody remembers how to drive usually. Like we just had a reported their 400 we had our pre first like snowfall that actually stuck there this week. Well, it's been snowing constantly here this week, but our first snowfall with like actual um something on the road. They had 400 crashes in 5 hours up in the cities.
Oh man, see that's what I'm talking about. Oh, I hate to pay the insurance on that.
Well, the problem is up in the cities there. Everybody still drives like a bat out of hell in the middle of a blizzard. Like I drove up to the cities there for the polar plunge a couple of years ago, and it was snowing. I was going 20 miles an hour, still sliding a little bit there, and I was kind of sticking behind there, and there's still people passing me at 70 miles an hour. Then I just then every half
Jeez.
every quarter mile they got the flares and the flashing lights there to indicate someone there's a crash there in the ditch because people are stupid.
And of course, and they're passing all those flares and everything, going 60 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, you see a car every quarter mile, but nobody will slow down.
Jeez. And Lemon Pie in the chat says, where are you that it ever gets -60?
I'm in Minnesota, and that does not make me a Canadian.
Why is it up high? I need to look at a map of the US. Is it up high by the border?
Yeah, yeah, we're bordered with Manitoba.
Okay, gotcha. So what's the hottest it gets during the summer?
110.
Oh, ooh. Because it'll get hot here, but and well, that I can handle. Well, actually, now that I'm in the Bay Area, it doesn't get that hot. But I'm from
Yeah,
Center California, where we get 115 every summer. But it would get
yeah,
down to freezing, which the lowest it ever got for us would be like maybe like 19 degrees, something like that.
yeah. Like the -60. That's only when we get the polar vortex, like the polar vortexes. That's the only time we get the -60. But otherwise, our average in winter may be 10 degrees with the -20 wind chill.
Ugh.
But
What about what about like freezing pipes and bursting and all that kind of stuff, and the water in your pipes freezing or that kind of junk?
we'll pay your heat bill.
Do what?
Pay your heat bill.
Yeah, but your heat's not going to do the pipes in the walls like
No,
your
no.
faucets outside, and
Our houses are insulated, and our faucets have a backflow back into the house.
So do you like? I know here, whenever it would get to freezing levels, they would tell people like leave a faucet, like open on low a little bit or something overnight.
Oh,
Is that what you guys do?
yeah, they tell us to keep it to like a very small, steady stream or keep it dripping. But like I've only had one pipe burst, and that was my own damn fault because I didn't close the back door very tight enough where it pops back open on me. So all the cold air was going directly into the basement there, and it froze one of the
Ooh,
pipes, and it hit a weak spot on there. But uh, the one spot, but now I got a spigot in the basement because the spigot there was so clogged up with it hadn't been ran in years, so all that sediment you get in your pipes there, then it's
right.
filtered out through your faucet
Yeah.
there. That was all building up right at the spigot in the basement.
Oh, so that's good. So they didn't spray a bunch of water everywhere. Is that right?
No, no, it blew the spigot right off the thing. It snapped the spigot right off of it, spraying water over it. I actually got lucky because I said my pipe. I asked them if I could leave work because my pipe. I don't want to go unfreeze my pipes and all that. They said, "Oh, that's not a problem." I went home and that thing was busted, but I checked my water bill. Guys, I got to talk to the city see if they could knock something off of it for that, kind of thing. Because sometimes
Right.
they'll do that for emergencies like that. Apparently, I only use 700 more gallons than I normally do in a month there, so it only costed me like $10
Okay, that's not bad. It'd be a lot more here.
because
And Fox.
we pay by the thousand gallons.
Well, I'm not sure how they meter here, but water is very expensive, obviously in California. A lot,
Well, if you look,
every utility here in California is expensive, and because they make it scarce. It's not that it's scarce normally, but they make it scarce so they can charge more for it. And
well,
Foster in the chat says transparency from companies that purchase product would be nice. Noises of propriety and trade secrets are disgorged in lieu. Yes, I completely agree there, Foster.
yeah,
Go ahead, Gorilla.
but no, but if you look at your water bill, it'll say like per thousand gallons on it. I think that's the standard that they go by. They charge like water in your sewer per thousand gallons.
Probably so.
So and ours is like our sewer is $12 per thousand gallons, and our water is $8 per thousand gallons.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Bloster in the chat, lemon pie in the chat says, "You still have a drought in California?" Yes, California. Let me put it this way: I'm a Native American. My tribe is from California, the tribe where I hail from. Centuries, centuries, we never had trouble with droughts, water, or forest fires. Never had problems. But now Democrats took over the state and environmentalists. So what they did was they decided to take at least half of our fresh water runoff. We get our water, most of our water in California lands on the Sierra Mountains, snow, and then melts down and feeds the state. But what they do now is they decided to take half of that water and divert it directly into the ocean. So that created the droughts, and now we're paying. Not only do we have the drought, but we're paying a lot more for water because water is more scarce. They did the same thing with power. They shut down a lot of our energy plants, and we even had a brand new nuclear plant that could have powered half the state. They shut that down, and they're forcing everybody to go on windmills and solar panels, which only create a quarter of the power that the state needs and is 3 times as expensive. The fires, now, what they did with the fires is for centuries, what we used to do in the off season in California is we would go, like during the winter, we would go and trim down all the dead stuff. Anything that could catch fires, we go and trim down. And that way, when summer would start in the fire season, there was a far less chance of fires. And when there was, they were easier to control. But the environmentalists said, no, we guys can't be trimming things back. That's against the environment. Just let everything grow. And now we have these massive, horrible wildfires that are so more worse for the environment than anything you can imagine. Global warming, any of that garbage they spew. And our fires are so bad, the smoke spreads all the way across the United States and sometimes to other countries.
Well, forest fires aren't all bad because I know that like pine trees, the only way they get the seeds to crack is through a fire,
I
and
know,
it helps uh, put fresh nutrients on the forest floor.
and I agree,
But
and new things would grow, yes, and that's what the environmentalists say. But we have towns and cities that are being destroyed, and people, and the environment, because you've seen what it's doing to the air. And let's mention the animals, the forest, all the animals that are being killed. They don't care about any of that. And Plots in the chat says almond trees are thirsty. Oh yes. Well, you got to have your almond milk, right, guys?
hey, I got a question. How can they call it almond milk? Where's the tit on an? I've never seen a tit on an almond.
I don't know. And is it really made out of almond? I don't buy that. Why don't they just call it soy milk? They have that too. I don't buy any of that garbage. If I drink milk, I buy milk and it's whole milk. But unfortunately, here in California now, it's around $6 a gallon. So it's a rare commodity for me to be able to afford it.
Oh, well, I suppose it got called almond milk because nut juice just doesn't seem appealing.
I guess to a certain demographic, it might, especially here in California. Ploxer in the chat says almonds do not produce milk. It is juice. Yes, nut juice, I guess.
Ugh.
And I didn't want to skip this one. Ploxer says proactive activities rather than reactive. Chicken with its head cut off. Oh no. They know what they're doing. It's not like it's coincidental. They know exactly what they're doing. I mean, it's an old tactic that has worked ever since back to the Roman age, and I mean centuries and centuries. Is you make things scarce so that you make people desperate where they will do anything and pay more for it. I mean, it's an old tactic and it's very effective, and that's what Democrats do with everything they get their hands on.
Yeah.
Now
Have
they're
you ever?
making pork. Go ahead.
No, no. Keep going. Keep going. I thought you were done.
They're doing the same thing now with pork, with beef, and stuff like that. They're saying it's bad for the environment, which means they're trimming back on our farms. So all of our beef and pork prices are skyrocketing. Okay, go ahead there, Gorilla.
Oh, I was gonna say, have you ever seen a chicken with its head cut off running
Yeah,
around?
when I was a kid, we used to slaughter them. Yeah,
Yeah, first time my dad seen that because he used to be a meat inspector,
yeah.
scared the living shit out of him.
I remember. Oh, it brings back memories. Okay, when I was a kid, all right, we were poor, by the way. So there was one point where somebody gave us a bunch of live chickens, and there you go. And we were going to eat them, all right. We were as a kid, I'm like, okay, what are we supposed to do with this? And my mom's boyfriend, Larry, I still remember that. He said, "Oh, you just do this," and he grabbed the chicken and he just twisted the neck all around. And we were like, ah. And then he would drop it, and then it would run around, and he'd be laughing, and the neck would basically be hanging. And then he said, "Well, if you don't like that, we could do this." And he took a hatchet or an axe, chopped the head off, and then dropped the chicken on the ground, and it's running around and running around, and he's laughing and laughing. And by the way, the guy is an idiot. So, so what my mom taught us to do, ready for this one? This is crazy, but we had a chain link fence. So my mom taught us to stick the chicken's head through the fence through a couple links, and then twist the whole body, and then just let the body hang there and flop around until it died.
Oh.
I can't believe I'm thinking about that. I haven't thought about that in years.
You're welcome.
Oh God, Bloxford says Lewis Black did a rant on soy and other milk products. It's funny because if they could squeeze an ounce of liquid out of an entire almond tree, they will do it and then sell it for $1,000, and the soy people will buy it. Which is really sad. They don't care what it costs to produce it. They have the money. And Ploxer in the chat says that was a messy lesson to learn. Yes, it was. It taught me about life, I guess. And ever since then, now when I go to the grocery store and I see the chickens and beef and cows. By the way, I've slaughtered goat and pig as well, and turkeys. And so now when I go to the grocery store, I do understand where the stuff actually comes from. So I guess it was educational for that reason. Oh, the chickens. Oh, my God. I remember the pig. When I was a kid, they had a live pig and they hung it from a tree. And I'll never forget.
Oh, same thing we do with deer.
Yeah, that's how they do it. And then when they slice and then all the stuff comes falling out, I'm like, oh, my God. And it's too bad. You know what? I would hunt deer. I'm a great shot. I'm a licensed gun owner, and I love venison. Unfortunately, it's
Wait!
not.
You got a license? You managed to get a license in California?
I know it's very hard, but actually, now you mentioned I got the license when I was in Central California. Now that I'm in the Bay Area, no, I'm sure you could not get one.
Yeah. Well, it might also be your military service might give you perks or give you a couple special points on whatever
No,
you used to.
no, they don't even ask for that if you're in the military or not. That's not part of the questions. The questions, pretty much, what if I remember right when I took it, the test was just to see if you know how to use a gun. Like you were talking about, don't shoot straight like through trees and stuff because you don't know what's on the other side. That's one of the main things they focus on is safety, not to do dumb stuff. Don't point the gun at other people.
Never shoot any.
And
Never point a gun at anything you don't intend to destroy.
right. And Ploxer in the chat said that was a messy lesson to learn. Yes, I still remember. Ploxer says circle of life. Yes, it is. But I still eat that stuff. You have a lot of people say, "Oh, I saw a chicken get killed, so I'm never going to eat a chicken again." No, I'm not like that. I'm not that bad.
Only go hungry.
Yeah, that's true. You just go home. You just sit there then.
you you could go hungry. I'll eat it then. More for me.
I remember even like the chickens and the turkeys, once they're dead, you put them in boiling water, and that makes it easier to pluck the feathers. I remember that, and the smell was horrible. Ugh. But that would made it much easier. If you try to pluck a chicken that it's not in hot water, it's very very difficult.
I
And
bet you they could take care of a lot of this meat eating by just taking people to the slaughterhouses and all that and show them how it's actually done. I bet you they'd take care of a lot of people's meat eating.
oh yeah, of course, right? But not me. Like I said, I understand how it's done. We were talking about that kind of last night on my chat. We know that they use that air hammer thing on the pigs and the cows. So I know how at least it's done kind of humanely. I don't know why they use that word humanely on animals, but at least they make
Uh,
it quick. In the old days, they used to slit their throats and let them lay there and bleed to death, all that kind of stuff. They don't do any of that anymore.
I thought they electrocuted them now.
No, they use that hammer. You know what I'm talking about, right? The pneumatic piston.
Okay.
And Plockshirт says gives a greater appreciation of wrapped and portioned product. Yes, it does. But okay, I know this is going to sound infantile and stupid, but that's why I'm not a fan of a lot of seafood. I won't eat anything that looks like a spider. So lobster, crab, no, thank you. It looks too much like a black widow. It's like I don't know why my mind cannot
Oh,
separate
lobster.
the difference between. I know people love lobster. I was watching LDG eat lobster at a buffet a couple weeks ago, and I'm thinking it looks like he's eating spider legs. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. My mind can't separate the two. I don't know why. I know that's childish. Like, oh, and thank you. I was going to mention that, Ploxer. Yes, thank you. Ploxer in the chat says, no country for old men. Have you seen that gorilla?
I seen
It's
grumpy old men.
no, this is no country for old men. It's by the Coen brothers, and it stars. I'll remember the name in a second. But it's a serial killer who has that gun that I'm talking about. They use to kill animals, and he goes around killing people with it. Tommy Lee Jones is the sheriff. And Javier Bardem, if I remember, I think if I'm not pronouncing that right, is a serial killer.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic, great, excellent movie.
What would it be classified under? What type of movie?
Thriller.
Okay. Because I've been starting to go because on my movie nights I've been starting to go by themes. January we're gonna go with like either dystopian futures or George Orwell.
Okay, well, like I said, George Orwell, he has 1984. I don't know what else. But as far as
Uh,
dystopian, there's a lot of those.
Animal Farm.
Well, that's right.
Those are
Ryan Farm's a cartoon, isn't it?
no. That's another dystopian future based set
No,
in the
is it
on
a
a farm.
cartoon? Is it a
No,
cartoon?
no, it has
It's a
talking
live action
animals though.
movie.
It has talking animals, but it's very adult. Like we started watching it with
Or,
my kid, and I had to stop it relatively soon. I was like, nope, I'm not going to be dealing with this for the next 3 days. I've been sleeping in my bed.
okay, wait a minute. So is it live action, stop motion, CGI, and a
Uh,
cartoon? What?
Live actions with CGI with talking animals.
Oh, okay. I know the story. I just didn't know how. I remember when I was a kid, there was a cartoon of it. I didn't know if they've ever remade it after that.
They remade it.
Ploxor in the chat says bottom feeders are not kosher. I agree, and I'm not going to eat them. Right? And that's another reason why I won't eat them. They eat the crap that's on the bottom of the ocean. And
Oh,
Ploxer says Anton Sugar. Yes, that was the name of the bad guy. Ploxer says Orwell and Huxley have a special place in my library.
you're not taking my bullheads away. I love my bullheads. You're not taking them away. A bull. Oh, you probably don't have bullheads over in California.
Well, when you say
Spring.
bullheads, are you talking about the trophies when people kill bulls and put the head on the wall?
No, it's a fish. It's a
Oh,
small cat. It's basically a small catfish.
gotcha. No, I have not heard of that.
Yeah. A lot of people just throw them back because they don't like them. But I love my bullheads. We
Yeah,
actually have bullhead. We have bullhead feeds around here with the legions.
a lot of what we have is bass, trout, catfish, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it just think of a catfish only smaller, like 7 to 9 inches, about average.
Different taste, same taste.
Yeah, depends what time of the year you get them.
Ploxer says bait fish. So is that why people eat them? Because they're too small? It's not worth it.
Like in the summertime, like a lot, like people eat them in the wintertime or in the springtime in the winter. But once you get to summer, they say they start tasting muddy.
Tastes
But if you
muddy.
soak,
That's interesting.
but if you soak them in salt water, then you don't really notice the taste.
But it tastes like mud.
In the If you get them in like August when the lakes really heat up and get stirred around.
Oh, interesting. I've never tasted mud, but I'm sure it's not pleasant.
I don't notice it, but of course I soak all my fish in salt water.
How long do you soak them for?
Sometimes over depends on how much of a hurry I'm in. Sometimes overnight, sometimes a couple hours.
Okay, gotcha.
It just draws all this. It draws all that extra taste out is what it does.
Well, that makes sense. But not only that, the salt also adds to the flavor. That's why a lot of people will, they'll brine. Like I brined a turkey and it was delicious.
Yeah,
I
I
brined it
got.
in salt and maple. I remember that. It was very good.
That reminds me. I gotta take my turkey out for Thursday. I
Oh,
got
that's right.
smoke.
It's coming up. That's right. I forgot Thanksgiving is coming up.
Yeah, I gotta smoke a turkey.
Yeah, I heard your rant about ham, and I completely agree. It's a ripoff.
What's a ripoff?
But ham prices.
Oh yeah. Did you see that? $40 for that fucking small ass fucking ham.
Yes, it's
40.
like that here too.
Yeah.
It's like, geez,
How'd you like that rant? Even though I was probably dropping the f bomb
that's okay. I like
every
the
word.
video. I like the video, and I agree with you, so it's no problem.
Yeah, yeah. Oh god, I was pissed. It shouldn't have taken me half an hour to check out like 30 damn items there, but and I was pissed there. Yeah, then I just told everybody just take a shot for every f bomb I dropped.
God. All right, I'll be right back.
So if you guys want to hear a lot of cussing and swearing from me, check out my most recent rant of Gorilla Goes on a Rant. You'll hear 5 minutes of me pretty much dropping the f bomb every other word. Ugh, that was I hate self checkout. Fuck that shit. Ugh. Can I make a Blackstone thing here? Ugh. Ugh. I got too many chests of random freaking items. Oh yeah, I put the Blackstone right there. I got way too many chests here. Okay. I'll empty out my hands here, then I'll go back to mining. I don't know what happened to Pop here.
I'm right here. I'm
Oh,
here.
you
Are you
said you got.
hearing me? I'll be right back. I had to step out for a second. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Thank you for holding up the fort while I was gone. I appreciate it.
yep. Oh, shit! It's getting the midnight. I'm gonna have to log off here pretty soon.
All
I'll
right, let
empty
me
out
cover
my.
the chat. I'm gonna cover the chat real quick. Blocksword in the chat says turducken. Blocksword, I lived in an area where they had a lake and it had turducken. There was both, and by the way, they were very violent. If you try to get near their eggs, they
Oh
didn't get
no,
around them at all.
no, that's either muskie or sturgeon. What he's talking about is they take chicken there, then they cut open a duck and wrap that around the chicken. Then they take turkey, they cut that open and wrap it around the duck and sew it up there. That's what he's talking about.
Well, I've seen that before, but what I've also seen is where turkeys and ducks have crossbred,
Oh, I
and
haven't
they
seen
called.
that.
Yeah, I actually saw them because it was like, what is that? I asked my sister, "Show out the turducken," and I'm like, what? That was the first time I ever heard of it. And Blockshot says catfish are built for living in the mud, especially the walking variety. Walking catfish? Blockshot said, you have an iron farm gorilla.
I don't. Salty does, but I don't. I got to figure out how to make one. I got then. I know I got to find some villagers.
And Lemon Pie says catfish tastes like mud too. When I was a kid, I had catfish, and I don't remember. It's been so long, but I'd have to think about it again. I had
Did
a
you
job that sent me in the south a couple of years ago, and everybody there was eating catfish, but I didn't do it.
did you catch them yourself, or
We caught them ourselves when I was a kid, and when I
was
was in
it?
the south a couple of years ago, they were at a restaurant.
Yeah, was it in the spring,
For me, it was the summer,
early summer?
hot summer, so I would say midsummer.
Okay, because what's the taste changes once you heat up the lake?
So it's because they're breathing in that water, right?
Yeah, everything's getting stirred up. Then you got algae blooms and stuff. And catfish and bullheads are bottom feeders.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. And Plockster says, "Do catfish taste like frog legs?"
Well, if you mean by frog legs, taste like chicken.
I've heard that, but you've eaten them?
We used to have them every Friday on the buffet.
On a buffet inside of a building.
Yeah, because that's what drew people in was the catfish, or not the catfish, the frog legs there.
Oh
Until Obama's EPA changed some kind of rule, so we couldn't get them no more.
wow! Honestly, I'm no offense, but if I walked into a restaurant that had frog's legs, I would turn around and walk right out because
They're on the
I know that they're cooked in the same grease that they cook everything else in, and that's why because uh, you know I learned that like I remember once I went to a hamburger place when I was working in Arkansas, and it said hamburger, fish, all this stuff on the menu, and I didn't want I didn't want catfish. Everything was catfish, catfish. I didn't want that. I said, "Can I just get a fry, a burger, and some fries?" Make sure. And I remember the fries taste like fish. It was the nastiest thing I'd ever had in my entire life because they cooked everything in the same grease.
see
So
that's
that's
where
why
their
if I what's that?
that's where their mistake was. They cooked everything. They didn't designate their fryers like because we had like a designated seafood fryer and a designated everything else fryer.
Yeah, well these people didn't, and it was nasty. It was horrible. I was oh my god, the smell and the taste. I wasn't expecting it. And Ploxer in the chat says intermittent place obsidian and bedrock once upon a time. And Lemon Pie says, kind of. And Ploxer says chicken within duck within turkey with an open beer can in the center, right? Oh, and I love cooking with beer. That I agree with. I've done that before. Lemon Pie says frog within catfish within lobster. I'd probably pass on that one. Ploxer says baked Alaska, which I have not tried before. And Lemon Pie says Fro Fister. I'm not sure what that is. Blockshard says Fro Fister might need a whole pile of salt to become palatable. Ooh, it sounds nasty. Lemon Pie says it's an abomination. I just made it up. Oh, okay. I do like fish. I've had some fish. I like it, but I don't like. I don't. This probably isn't going to make sense, but I don't like fish that tastes like really fishy, super fishy
Well,
taste.
I get tilapia there, and I sprinkled this seasoning on there because it's just called the usual. Oh man, it's delicious.
I think I've had tilapia before. I think I like that.
It's a store bought fish, but I go fish. Summertime, which reminds me, I got to start. I have to get out fishing again because my stock is out.
Oh,
I
that sounds
sent
like.
all, I sent all
Go
my
ahead.
fish home with my aunts.
Yeah, that's great though, because that saves money. I wish I was able to go hunting for my own food here. Ploxord says you could open a restaurant with that idea, Lemon Pie. And Lemon Pie says, well, I bet some people would try it. Gorilla, just a reminder, it's 13 past midnight for you
Yeah, I
right
know.
now.
I was just emptying out my inventory there.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
I feel bad for keeping you up late there.
no, you're good. You're good. Tomorrow's Friday. I and I got I think I'll be able to get away with two times telling my boss to go fuck himself because you know that because I made sure to let it slip that they want to get rid of me. I got or well, if they want to keep being a fucking dick to me, I got 2 jobs lined up.
Well, you would think that they, if they, what is this? I ordered. Remember, you remember I was telling you a couple weeks ago that I had to pay for the registration for my car for the new year,
Yeah,
and it was $200 something. I sent the money off, and now it looks like I got the tags in the mail. They call them the tags. I think that's the tags. But it says registration fee 150 has a list, but it says I still owe additional. Wait, amount due 218. That makes no sense. I already paid the money. Well, okay, so apparently I got two letters from our Department of Motor Vehicles. One of them is saying you owe $218 to renew your whatever, and the other one says here's your whatever. So I got
hey,
my tags.
well,
God, who knows?
which one's dated later?
Do they have an actual date on them? Uh, no, it just says due date, which is December 18th.
Oh, I thought when you got letters like that, it's required by law to have a date on them.
Well, I'm looking at the postage on the front of the envelope. November 14th is on the tags, and November 15th is on the bill saying I still haven't paid. That's typical, isn't it?
Do you got a receipt?
Well, I got the tags in the mail. That's what I'm saying. I got the tag. I got the actual tags that I paid for,
Oh, they
and
might
they
have
were
had a.
they
It
were
might be
sent.
a reminder thing. I call them up just to verify, but uh, but sometimes they'll send those out and by the time it got processed, though your tags might have gotten processed before the your bill got processed it, but they're sending out a reminder bill.
Right. It was probably like automated or something.
Yeah, so I call them up to double check to make sure, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll say, "Oh, that was just a mistake."
Oh, there's no calling up here at the DMV. They don't take phone calls. No, yeah.
You guys don't have like a state number to call?
There's a number you can call, and you will be on hold for indefinite hours. Push this if you want this. Push this if you want that, and you'll be on hold until you finally give up. They want you to either go online or go stand in line for an hour. And Blockstar says, I'm in agreement with you with your wager at Lemon Pie. And Lemon Pie says, I've eaten frog legs once, never had it again. Same here. I never had, no, I've never had frog legs.
See, lemon
Blockstar says, on a
pie.
bet or curiosity. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
hey, lemon pie. Your problem is you didn't have the right frog legs. They didn't cook them right.
Now, when they're frog legs, you mean bullfrogs?
Yeah, there's Louisiana bullfrogs. They're these big, humongous freaking frogs down they have down in Louisiana. But uh, Obama's EPA classified did change some law on them so they can no longer farm them.
Of course. And then once again, what a surprise. Democrats, right? And their supposed lobbyists. And Lemon Pie says curiosity, and Blacksword says there is some sort of statement about cats, curiosity, and
Mhm.
Schrodinger's cat. Blacksword says, please do not get double billed on your tabs at Pop Culture Creator. I'll do my best, try not to. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. I need to stop using
Hey,
these
hey,
day and ages. You know, I feel
hey,
bad. I
hey,
can't use any
Ploxard,
kind
what's
of.
your pronouns? Hey, Ploxard, what's your
Oh,
pronouns?
I hate saying it. I know it's sad you got to ask that these days, damn it. Just say, Blockster, do you want to be a he or her?
Well, I just asked him that. I figured that's a place
All right,
way to ask, and that's a name you can't generally just look at and ask or tell.
I know, but I hate saying the word pronoun because that's the whole far left labeling, and I don't like that. I just say, are you he or she? There.
Hey,
You know, that's been
that's because
around
you
for
haven't.
thousands of years.
That's because you haven't had fun with it like I have. And people ask me what my pronouns are, I just tell them it's cum/burr. Please respect that.
Oh, okay, Gorilla. I told you I drive for Uber sometime, right?
Yeah.
Uber sent out an email a few days ago. It was a test that I had to take, a mandatory test. and if you don't take it, they'll deactivate your account. And the test
Okay.
was part of the test was basically it was like sexual harassment. And now what part of sexual harassment is that they're telling you make sure you identify people and call them and address them by the pronouns they want to be addressed by. Can you imagine that in California, trying to guess what somebody's pronouns is? And if you get it wrong, they file a complaint about you. Can you imagine that?
Oh, see, I see the best one there. There's some gal that are wait, I can't call her a gal, but there's a person that said my pronouns are frog or frog, and also a cut screen, and there's a guy going, "That's it, I'm voting Republican." No,
I wish
no,
that would
but
help.
no, no, I just wish that some of these people that want to us use different pronouns than they're like at least put some effort into it. Don't have have a beard and short hair, then get mad if I call you sir.
Right, that's the point. Is even if think about this, for anybody who has a regular, normal, non-crazy mind, even if somebody addresses you by something different, it's like no big deal. But no, we have people now that if you don't say, "Oh, you're not a he, she, whatever the right," then they get triggered and they get loud and they get mad and they complain and they want you fired and they want you canceled. That's the problem. The what do you call it? The Twitter generation. And now it's TikTok, I guess. Ploxard says, use whatever language you want. Have I ever come down like a ton of bricks for such trivialities? No, you have not, Ploxard. And I appreciate your patience, Ploxard. But yeah, I identify as a BLT. Have I told you that? So if anybody asks me what my gender is, I'm a BLT. I'm a black lesbian in transition. So, and I'll let you know when I'm done.
no, no, I just tell people my pronouns are cum slash burn to ask them to respect that. So it's like so especially if they ask me to put pronouns and profiles, I'll put that you know yeah, you just gotta have you just gotta take whatever they're throwing and just start having fun with it. Because then that way, like, oh, these people are having fun with it. We gotta change it.
Right, that's what they're saying. They're making fun of me, is what they say. Right, you can make a joke, but they automatically internalize it and say that you're directing it towards them.
See,
That's what you.
I'm just having fun with it. I'm not gonna get rid of it. I can't get rid of it, and I'm not gonna. That's not the hill I'm gonna die on. Is to is put as trying as fighting pronouns. That's not. I got told. I learned when I learned here. You pick the battles you want to fight. If you like, for example, we got a bush right on the property line, and every time I mowed the lawn, I was getting poked in the eye there, and I was about ready to go just start trimming it down. And my dad told me that hey, that's your neighbor's bush there to your there. So you gotta ask permission before you cut it. You know. And is it something you really want to fight over? Well, of course, my neighbor's good. He goes, "Hey, that's your bush too. Do whatever you want to it." So I just been trimming it down and using the branches as starter wood.
Okay, there
But
you go.
yeah, but it's like, do I really want to have a fight with my neighbor there over a bush, versus like, for example, me, whatever else, what
Right.
you
Well,
got to pick your fights, and
right. If
I'm not gonna
go
waste my
ahead.
energy on fighting pronouns. I'm gonna waste it on these on the so a lot crazier other stuff that's coming through.
I completely agree. If you lived here in California, you would have somebody banging on your door saying you need to trim your bush, and I'd say, okay, next time I'll close my curtains. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And Plotter says I identify as myself, sometimes me or I.
All right, it's getting close to 12:30 here. I still haven't showered, so I'm gonna bounce out. Thanks for having
Okay.
me on. Thanks for having me on tonight, Pop Culture. That was a lot of fun.
No, thank you for spending time with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
And Ploxter's
and
asking if you had an emergency. Do you mean me or Gorilla? I think Ploxter thinks somebody's having an emergency. But yeah, I wanted to thank everybody in the chat for all you guys. Ploxter, Lemon Pie, and Scogli. You guys keep, and I know Captain Affinity was here for a while. Thank you guys for keeping us company.
Yeah. Well, see,
And
good
Gorilla,
luck. Yeah, good luck on your copyright strike. But I'm positive. See, don't worry if it doesn't go away after a couple days. See, what CBS will do is they'll either look at it if it's out in like that, something like that. They'll just ignore it and let the time run out on the 30 days. They've
yeah,
done that.
it's right. I don't
They've
think it's
done
any
that.
big deal.
They've done that to me 3 times where they let it expire. I've only had one person reject my claim the uh, claim there, and then it's like I didn't want to fight it on a 3 minute video of just fireworks. So,
Well, that makes sense.
but alrighty, I'm gonna head out. We'll see you right.
All right, Block Shirt and Lemon Pie, say goodbye.
Yep. Bye.
Good night. Have a great night, and good night to all you guys in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream. It was a blast. I had a great time. It lasted a lot longer than I expected, but you guys have mean a lot to me. And without that chat, and without you guys being there, I wouldn't be here. So it's for you being there is why I'm here. So I really appreciate you guys, and I want you all to take care. And this is one of my random streams. It's not Star Trek. It's not Gilligan's Island. I have these every now and then, just for open topic like tonight. And I'll try to have another one again as soon as possible. And Ploxer says later, thank you for streaming. Thank you, sir. Or man, I'm gonna stop doing that seriously. But Ploxer, thank you, and Lemon Pie, thank you, Scogli, thank you, Captain Infinity. You guys are wonderful. You guys are my friends. I appreciate it more than anything. And I want you all to have a wonderful night. And I want you to take care, stay close to your family, and peace. And I will see you soon. Take care, everybody.